So if the tumbleweed rolls through, since there's no comments, we'll know why, because there's something going on tonight. Oh, what's going on, YouTube world? See if I can do this right. Joe, Vincenzo, way over there, Michael, Steve, I'm Dave. IRP 240.
Kiddo.
Just cool cat. A lot of shit going on the last week, like a lot. So we'll have a lot to actually talk about. There's something going on in Chicago, legitimately starting today. As Brad, from his video, got his VIP pass, did a little walkthrough of. I wouldn't even call it a swag bag. That's stupid.
Well, you can still call it that, but it's
swag means that's like stuff people actually want. This is like a junk drawer. So,
well, I would just like to go on record. Like, I think I was the only person from 2 years ago that didn't get my fucking B-Friends shit in my bag. Not that I give a shit, but after going back and like seeing Brad's video today, I'm like, I know he posted one last year or in 23 in Chicago. So I went back and watched it. I was like, I knew I wasn't smoking crack. I didn't get one of those. Again, not that I care, but like that's what I was paying for.
What were you missing?
My V-Friends thing that they gave away in Chicago. Again, not that I gave a shit, but I'm like, okay, I'm spending X amount of money. I'm missing something. That kind of sucks. But I digress. Anyways, go ahead, Dave, as you were.
So we'll talk a little bit about that. Get some again, rapid fire tips, and again, it can be some of the same shit we've heard. It can be some other stuff that we've been in our own like group and we've parroted for many years, and then all of a sudden, the rest of the gang hitches their trolley to our car. And we'll do a bonus top 5, which wasn't in there because again, yesterday. Got the news that Ryne Sandberg passed away. I've been watching a couple things. I shared that in the group chat. Some video things on YouTube. And then I know MLB Vault put up 97. This is about an hour ago. Harry Carey and Sandberg's last home game. Phillies in like September 18th of 97. So at some point, I'm going to go back and watch that. I'm just like, God damn it. That's just like, again, not childhood, but I mean, still, you're in you are in the brackets of it, still being the same players as it were with Carey, Steve Stone, and then Rhino playing on WGN on an afternoon. So there's a lot of stuff out there that I'm just like, wow. And I told, I think, Steve and Vinny earlier, like, I didn't think this would hit as hard as it's hit. Because, again, I like Sandberg. But I think it's like the nostalgia part of one's youth dying, going away. It's gone now. So, and again, it's not like Ryne Sandberg and I and anybody here have talked or we sit there and we openly like, oh, we picked up a Rhino, we picked up a Sean Dunston, or we picked up a Harry Carey, we picked up whatever from that time frame. But when news like this hits, when news like the Jello Pudding Pop's TV child, Malcolm Jamal Warner, dies, when Hogan dies, that's a lot of nostalgia. That's a lot of childhood from like 1989 dying in 1 week. That's a tough pill to swallow, and it's not all about like, oh well, you're getting older. No, it's just you're losing so much in a week.
And freaking Ozzy, for the love of God.
And then Ozzy too, yeah. It's just like the dominoes keep falling, and you don't want to say, I hope it's something that's on the way outer circle of nothing. in our outer circle.
Who's this
Brad.
guy?
Yeah, must be bored as fuck in Chicago. Holy Christ.
Well, we know he's not working because he's on vacation because he's in Chicago. He actually can sit here and listen.
Well,
I was viewer number 4, Brad.
I was viewer. I don't even know. I watched it later. I took a nap. I had to take a nap. I've been dragging ass the last week and a half, 2 weeks since getting back to Madeline Island. It's been a lot of work, but yeah, it's just when you start losing all kinds of that nostalgia from your childhood, and you're like waiting for something else to drop. You're like, for me, again, yeah, you're tucked in.
Just say it like it is, though, Dave. It fucking sucks.
Oh, it does.
Like there's no
It
other
hurts you.
there's no other words to really say, and it just that's not what I was expecting. Like I knew he had been sick. Like,
Yep.
but again, it's one of those in which even though when you hear people are sick, people still have a tendency to like outlive your expectations in a lot of situations. If I'm being brutally honest, Ozzy actually wasn't much of a surprise. It was like the whole concert, like his last hurrah, he looked so frail. He like you could maybe it's just me. It looked like he was on death's doorstep as it is.
Yeah.
Still, I hated that it happened, and you know, I'm very thankful that I got to see him and Black Sabbath. I saw him twice, and then I saw Black Sabbath once. So, like, I'm very thankful for that experience because anybody who has enjoyed that music will never get that experience again, ever. I mean, I could see potentially Black Sabbath doing some stuff on occasion, but it's not going to be the same. Unless they, you know, kind of use some sort of CGI or something like that and like have Ozzy's voice, you know, singing along. But again, still not the same.
Mm-mm.
Because if anybody has seen Ozzy, like he is a stage performer. And you you sit there and you listen to him talk and everything else in a lot of sense, it's like he's sometimes very hard to understand. But when he's on stage, even when he's talking to the crowd, like it is clean as a whistle. And to hear him sing, it's crisp. He sounds exactly like he does on the album a lot of the time. But, you know, I'm with you. The Rhino, from hearing about Rhino yesterday, it hit again, it hit harder than what I expected to. But like you said, it's a nostalgic going back to one's childhood, at least like for a lot of us, because we're somewhat around the same age. And I actually took a moment and went through and like looked at all the Ryne Sandbergs that, you know, Vinny has sent me. And it's like, you know, now I'm thankful I have these because, you know, Vinny always listens to what everybody says and he knows the nostalgia component. He knows like what the Cubs meant to me growing up, and they just mean a little bit more now.
Mm-hmm.
And no, folks, it has nothing to do with the increase in value either, because that's fucking irrelevant. I just like to say that up front if anybody's curious. Just saying. Anyway,
The best card I have ever personally pulled was a Sandberg card, and that was from, I can't remember if it was 91 or 92 Donruss. I pulled one of the Elite Series numbered out of 10,000. I mean, at that time, that card was. I mean, I was a little kid, and that card was worth $100. I didn't know. I haven't opened a ton of stuff throughout my life, but that's still the biggest card I ever pulled.
Yeah, because during that time, that was huge.
And my best man at my wedding still owns it.
Does he?
Yeah, I traded it to him for a Marvel Masterpieces Wolverine card at the time. That was done by me.
Yeah, but
it
both
was
walked
cool.
away happy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, blow it out your ass, Paul. Don't make me sick the fellow Canadian here on screen on you. Joe, go handle my light work.
I'll take him straight to the credenza. Oh.
Hardy, har. So funny you are. So funny you are. Don't make me put you in timeout. Actually, better yet, make sure Dave doesn't put you in timeout because he may ban your ass.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch buttons this week. That didn't work out so well. So
that was freaking hindsight. It's funny, but it's like, oh damn. I step away for a few minutes, and that's what I say. I'm going, okay, what the hell did I miss? Took me back to the blog days for a second there for a while. I'm going, like, I know we haven't identified moderators. Like, we can do that even through YouTube. Like, we haven't set any of that up yet. So, like, it would have to be you or I who would have done it. And I wasn't sitting here. But I'm like, I'm going, okay, did he say something that, like, and I started going back through and, like, looking at his comments. Because of course, I had to click on each one, like view comment, because they all deleted.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, okay, well, no. Everything is like on the up and up. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm just glad he was able to somewhat come back because I was under the impression all the research that I had done, even if you ban somebody on a StreamYard stream, it's only for 24 hours. So like he would have been able to come back this week without any issues. But it must have been a temporary ban, I guess, because lo and behold, he came back. So I don't know.
Like I said, first part of my YouTube username that explains it.
Hashtag facts.
So
hashtag facts. So Brad, just real quick, if you're still here, for those of us who have watched your video, you had mentioned that they were allowing people to go get their credentials today. Out of curiosity, based on your experience of while you were there getting your credentials, was it crazy busy, even for day zero? In your opinion, like I'm not expecting some forensic reporting and metrics and all that other kind of shit. I'm just kind of curious. Just curious. Because I was trying to think, we didn't get ours till Wednesday. Because I didn't like Tuesday wasn't an option in 23. I didn't think.
no.
And that's why we waited to go a little bit later, because it was either Ed or Brad who ended up reaching out and saying, hey guys, like the lines are freaking nuts. Just take your time. Okay,
Yeah, because
well,
we wanted to get
that's
there.
not-
We wanted to get there quicker, and I think that's when it came through. It's like, okay, we don't have to be like flying over there.
yeah, we could dilly dally a little.
Yeah, let it sort of hopefully siphon out. And I think what by the time we got there, it was just boop, right
Yeah,
there. And
we walked right up and basically walked right in. Granted, I mean, what we had 2 hours of was it?
yeah, I was 4:35 ish. I think we got in there, and
Yeah, like we missed part of being able to be back there, but again, like it still worked out in our favor. Is all I'm getting at.
oh yeah, we didn't have to wait forever, and then we got to go in right away. So
Yeah, and the the one thing I'm thankful for, and I guess I'm just kind of jumping into the topic, I guess, to a degree. This isn't a tip, but I found it really interesting. So, like for us, we didn't have like a schedule. We played everything by ear. Like we weren't, except for Friday. That's
well,
the only thing we.
and then Thursday night we wanted to go to the
Yes, but like I'm
that was
talking about
close.
the show
Yeah,
specific. Other than Friday, like from the show perspective, we didn't have a schedule. Like we all knew we wanted to get up at a decent time. We didn't want to get there at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon type situation because then it's like okay, you feel like you're rushed.
Yep.
Joe hated it, but that's okay. He got over it because like I was the taxi. Okay, Joe, I'm just kidding. I'm just picking on you. But the nice thing about not getting there at open, you could literally just like walk in. You didn't have to stand in a line and freaking run the risk of getting stomped and trampled and everything else. The mad dash to fucking get into the National. It's like, okay, wait a minute. It's a card show. If you were here yesterday, a lot of the same shit's going to be here today. Like, why are we going to sit there and literally like elbow and, like, what's the point? But the one thing I found really interesting, hey, Scott, is I don't really feel like they were checking tickets, badges.
No.
Because when we walked in, like on Thursday, there was like 3 people in the entrance that we walked in because we pretty much went into the same entrance every day except for Friday because we had to go to the autograph pavilion. Well, I had to go to the autograph pavilion. Dave came with me because he was my videographer. So we ended up going to the right on Friday, but we always went into the left every day because we knew we were always going to start at Ryan's table.
Yep.
See if anybody was there, shoot the shit, take some pictures before we ended up, going and looking around. But I don't feel like they were checking shit. Like with badges, like I can see, it's pretty easy to see. You know what I mean? But if you're paying for a daily pass, it's got to be like a normal ticket of some sort. I didn't see anybody taking anything. So makes you wonder how many people actually went into the show who actually didn't pay to get in.
I don't think they really give a shit.
Well, if I'm being honest though, they should because that's lost money because they're paying to rent that venue. And you know that shit ain't cheap. So every dollar lost is potentially huge for them.
Be interesting to see if they had like a tally on single day passes or single day tickets sold. Because I don't know how many of those actually get pushed through. Because it seems like Okay.
Well, to me, it's more expensive if you plan to attend more than one day. And let's face it, I think everybody here who's been to a national would agree. It's usually going to take you 2 days to get through the whole thing, if not more.
2 days to
So,
race through and pretty much just like
well, that's what I'm
look.
getting. Like, just walk the show.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about stopping at
Not even.
tables and looking at stuff.
Yeah.
So to only get a day pass, to me, it's not worth it. Even if you live locally, like that's not worth it.
I guess the
Because
only thing to do the day pass would be if you wanted to meet a specific athlete, get the autograph. That would basically be the only reason to do that.
True.
But other than that, yeah, it's just if you're a collector that wants to immerse yourself in the experience, a day pass is like wiping your ass with Scott's bathroom tissue. You're gonna get fingered.
Pretty much. It
Sorry.
just right. And painful at that.
Yeah.
And none of us do that.
No.
No.
But
No.
that's and in all honesty, and we've touched on this a little bit. Yes, it's a little bit early to already be talking. Oh shit, we lost Michael.
The Scott's
No.
bathroom tissue made him go. He's just fuck that.
In all fairness, we've already talked about it initially. Like the plan is 2026. IRP plans to be there. I think he's back. Hold on. Yep, he's back. Did you pull a Dave and hit the wrong button?
No, I closed it out. I was having problems with you guys spinning on me.
Oh, okay. It was one of two things. I was like, either you were having the connection issues like you've had in the past with us spinning, or like you kind of dropped, like your internet dropped for a brief second or whatever.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you guys were just been buffering the whole time. So I'm like, this is annoying me.
Yeah, that sucks. Because it kind of defeats the purpose because you may have something to add and not even add anything.
Yep. Seems to be doing better now.
Good deal. So initial talks, it's like, yes, we got there on Wednesday.
Yep.
So Vinny and I drove into Chicago from Michigan on Wednesday. We left at the butt-ass crack of dawn after getting very little sleep, mind you, because the dumbasses that we are, we decided to at least have an IRP show for what we thought was going to be a little bit, and it ended up being like 2.5 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And of course, it impacted you too, Dave, because you were leaving in the morning too.
Yeah, we had done the pitching lesson, then we drove over from Egan to Appleton, and that was a 4-hour drive. And then I had my nephews running around. It's just like, oh my god, I just want to sit, but content.
So, but like Brad says, so like my initial plan is I want to get to Michigan on Sunday. And that gives us, if we want to leave on Tuesday, we can leave on Tuesday. If we want to leave on Monday, we can leave on Monday. That has to be determined so I can actually get the room scheduled the right time, because I would hate for us to get to Chicago and be like, oh shit.
Now
reservations are for the next day.
That would suck.
But like
the Monday with Ryan is like sort of a,
and
I know where you're
that's
going with that.
and that's the thing. If it's not Monday, it could possibly be Tuesday, because Monday and Tuesday for them is the best time to go hang out with them and actually truly have a conversation. Wednesday, I think we got there at the right time, because Wednesday we were able to actually have decent conversation with Ryan and Neil.
Yep.
They weren't super, super busy, but at the same time, they were still having to like go back and forth. take care of this, take care of that, take pictures of a sale, then come back, continue conversation. And so to be able to go meet up with them either on a Monday or Tuesday night and finally go to Maria's so we can all rank it and see if Ryan's smoking crack or not.
Yeah.
But it's just like Wednesday was rushed. It was just super, super rushed.
And long. I hate
Very,
saying that. It was
very.
a long fucking day. And that's where I like that Tuesday buffer of
Lesson
maybe
learned.
maybe we
Lesson learned.
go somewhere just to check some site out.
Something.
Just do something different because again, and this is something most people don't think about. It's like you're gonna see cards for how many days you're there. At some point, unless you're just fucking completely immersed in everything trading cards, you get burnt out of looking at cards. It's like I want to look, but I'm like I just don't care. Unless the stuff that I really want is in that case, oh wow, more mantle, more me. I love it. I can appreciate it, but I don't have $20,000 for a fucking mantle, and I wouldn't spend it on a mantle anyway. But it's like,
Dave, don't lie. All you'd have to do is move like a 16th of one of your warehouses, and you could cover a $20,000 mantle.
I'm saying fundage for that moment. I'd have to do that, and that would take at least 5 minutes. I don't have that kind of time. But you're just like noise, people, the dipshits we all hate on the internet. The conversations, just I'm terrible at that because I can listen to this shit when I don't want to. I can hear the dumbness being like spoken, like when I'm like, oh, I gotta have 250 for it. I gotta have 250 for it. I'm like, I'm into it at 280 or what. I'm like, it's not a museum. You can lose money on some of these cards, and you're not gonna fucking go to the poorhouse. Yeah, a Kerry Collins booth would be great, but it's just.
Are you sure he's not referring to you having a Kerry Collins booth?
Finding something that just breaks up cards, and that's why I like that Thursday trade night where, again, yeah, people are talking about, hey, what'd you pick up? What'd you pick up? And I don't mind that, but I don't need to see like deals going down. That's the stupid shit. That's like the YouTube one. I like that more.
Yeah, that was
because
enjoyable.
that was when we just sat in the corner. You want to talk to us? You obviously know who we are because you're stealing our ideas. So you can come over there and chat. I mean, maybe get some ideas in person. So I like that more than sitting there and talking cards, what the sale is, what the price point is, what the Strongsville report. I don't give a fuck after a couple days. I'm like, I'm good. I picked up cards. Michael's going there. He's not expecting to see, again, 5 years ago, all these Clay Matthews cards that are going to be littered about. He might find a Favre. He might find a Rodgers. He might find somebody in that Packers pantheon that tickles his pickle. So then he's excited, but it's not going to be. He's not like on the search and the prowl for stuff. It's like a completionist thing now. Now it's just eye appeal, rarity, what speaks to him. A lot of the key terminology that we all know.
Yeah, the 4 times I went, I didn't see 10 combined Clay Matthews cards. And I bought one of them.
I think I saw a total of 4 TDs.
Yeah.
In 23. One of which, like, Dave ended up buying and sending it to me.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he didn't send it to me. He actually just, like, gave it to me before we ended up leaving Chicago. But there could have been some in dollar boxes, there could have been others. But, you know, the TD jersey card was in like a $5 box or something. And then the 2 showcase cards that I stumbled across, and to be honest, I can't even remember what they were, but like I had them.
One a flawless or immaculate patch. I thought because you said
No.
you had a better jersey or patch on the whatever.
That was the picture that Brad or Joey sent me. Because it was the Ruby to 15.
Okay.
And I was like, my number to 25 looks better.
Gotcha.
The last TD that has ever come from a national is courtesy of Brad. And that was in that had to have been 22, Brad. Because it was the oh shit. Epic Signatures Gold to 30, I think. Upper Deck. I don't have the auto sitting here. And 2021, okay, even further back. I just know freaking Brad got a hell of a deal. A hell of a deal. And I don't care if Brad made $30 on, like, I don't give a shit. I'd have paid Brad for that. Like, I'd have paid him for it. He could have paid himself a finder's fee, and I wouldn't have cared because he stole that fucking card. Not literally, figuratively. Like money exchanged hands. But like, again, TD's not a huge seller. He's not. Kerry Collins, of course, is not a huge seller. Clay Matthews is not a huge seller. In the scheme of things, when you think of national,
those aren't the guys you're going to see in the booth.
No, 100%.
And the showcases.
Not unless it's a PMG.
Yeah.
Like if it's Kerry Collins, you're going to see like a PMG. That you would potentially see in a case. But again, like that's a little out of my price range currently.
Liddell Betts, the jersey number, the 46. All the stack from the national.
You pull it all out.
I love that it's still in a stack.
Yep.
The Z team, Jerry Rice, $10.
Yeah,
the
I remember all these.
$5. The stand and deliver Maddox, the 5,000. The Jerry Rice 94 Pinnacle, like spotlight. I mean, there's Shockey Elite rookie, the Elway Diamond King, the Gridiron.
Yep.
The Leaf die cut of Maddox, the 100. I mean, there's Ichiro Stadium rookie.
Yeah, I was a little upset that Dave snagged that one before I came across it because I would like to get an Ichiro rookie. That's one that I would love to have.
Malone, Larry Bird, living legend. I mean, it's the same, and this is the fun thing. It's the same stuff I bought 30 plus years. It hasn't changed. The Bledsoe first day, the subset rookie. Klesko, was it 95? 94 score, maybe? Auto.
Yep. And no, he did not pay sticker.
The Tiki, Phillip Rivers, rookie auto to Sage or whatever. The Malone to 100 or the UD.
Did the original Midlife Card Crisis actually snag that Curtis Martian that we saw in the box? We just kind of left it because he was in the area.
I think so. I think that was one of his cards in his because when he started going through like explaining what the box looked like, I'm like, that's a very familiar sounding box.
Yeah,
Tomlinson.
I was pretty sure that was the case because we both saw it and we kind of debated, not for like us type situation. Like we knew Dave was there, the other Dave.
Adam Oates.
Being able to get, pick it up for him and just like give it to him. But he was actually in the vicinity of where we were. So we kind of left it, and lo and behold, it still ended up where it should have gone.
The lack of like, hey, there's a Clay Matthews card here.
And that's the thing.
Michael, you got this one? You need it? It's like I watched Hobby Palooza. I made it like 3 or 4 episodes in. I watched all of it, like sporadically. And these people were just like, I'm on a mission. I'm like, what mission? Are you the Blues Brothers? You going to see God? What's the deal? I mean,
I wish they were.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But
No, not allegedly.
it's
No,
like
Dave,
I
allegedly.
went to that freaking card show in Troy, and they have Lemieux out the wazoo in a dollar box. I don't buy 1 or 2. I buy 5 or 6, and then that guy in the top right-hand corner, if he doesn't have it, guess what? He's getting it. And then I saw that clay, and I'm like, perfect opportunity for a Christmas present. It's numbered to freaking 25. Whether he has it or not,
Is
the patch is
irrelevant.
decent, and the guy's like, yeah, I'll do whatever. I'm like, you're gonna give me 50% off the sticker? Yeah, I just want to move it. So
Okay. Thank you.
like he said, who likes Clay Matthews? I said, oh, I know somebody that does. and then there it is.
To answer your question, Brad, I would love for either one of you to find me a game used patch autograph of Favre from Impeccable. He only has game used patch autos in 1 year. I think the entire print run amongst the parallels is like 15. And I only know where one. I know where one is, and the guy will not sell it to me. I've offered him an absurd amount of money, and he just won't let it go. And his only reason being that it's really hard to find game used on card autos of Favre.
What year Impeccable is it, or is it across?
No, it's damn.
Is it 2017?
I think it's 15.
Okay, because like 2017 for the bulk of us, that's when game used pretty much like disappeared for everybody.
Well,
that's why I was asking.
Brad, I've only seen a couple copies of the car. Well, I take that back. I've only seen one copy, and it has a piece of the Lambo anniversary patch in it.
Oh, damn.
It's an incredible card. And I've offered between cash and trade like $1,500 for it. And it's numbered out of 10. And just couldn't get him to budge.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, I know where it's at.
True, but at the same time,
that. But pretty much just anything old and cool of Favre is what I would like to find. Or
yeah,
you guys come across.
I don't think Joey's going to be able to stumble across the monster he did in 23 like he did.
Yeah.
That was freaking killer. Because man, I know Dave and I've talked about it. It was probably me who brought, like, he was so fucking pumped up about that. Like I can't put it into words. Like, he was so super excited that he was able to get that for you. And of course I was the dick and I messaged you. Michael was like, yeah, I got to see it before you did.
Indeed you did.
Asshole. Or fucker, I don't even know the response, but
I can't even believe that this card was in a case there, and it only had a price tag of $225 on it.
That was my point.
That blew my mind. And then I just, when he sent it to me, I said, buy it. If you want a bargain, go ahead, but pay the $225 if that's what it takes. I want the card. And $200.
Yep.
And I imagine if it was in a case there right now, it would be significantly more than that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because that's a highly collected set.
Yeah. In more ways than one.
Yeah. Because you've got the player collectors and the set collectors.
100%.
I know a guy's got a couple of the Marinos, and he paid a lot of money for them.
I bet. So, Joe, out of curiosity, do you have anybody looking for stuff for you at the show?
Not really, no. A lot of the stuff I collect won't be there, so I don't want to, bother guys about that.
I will speak for them. I will speak on their behalf. I may be wrong in saying this, but I doubt it. As long as it's not a list like this, most of them, like, they're not going to go out of their way looking for stuff. But if they stumble across things, like, they're going to reach out because that's just what they do. Like, I've never told Brad or Joey or anybody, hey, if you see any TDs, let me know.
Right.
It's they know who I collect, and if they happen to stumble across it and they're able to snap a picture and send it to me, they're gonna do it. It's just that's what the old crew does. That's just what we do.
It's I just it boggles my mind. Is your circle that friggin' large that you can't keep track of people's shit? It's not like we it's like,
Well,
Joe, it's not hard to figure out what he freaking collects.
And Brad, that's fair, but at the same time, you still don't go out of your way to look for stuff for people. Because at the end of the day, you are technically there for yourself. That's the whole point of going. But we are decent people to where it's always there in the forefront that if I come across something, I'm going to make sure somebody knows. It's just what you do. We didn't look at enough showcases last or in 23 to be able to send shit to anybody, really.
And for me, finding shit for someone else that they want is always going to be more exciting than finding something for me. And I don't say that to like toot a horn or trumpet from the fucking mountaintop. I, again, would rather find something you don't have or that you've been looking for, or pull a hornswoggle over you and say, man, sorry, I tried to win this card, and then send it to you at Christmas because somebody else helped me put the bid in so we could. That's the shit I enjoy more than anything. It gives me great joy because you already know that there's a want of the card. It's not like the Schmiegel or whatever, then my precious in the ring. It's like, I really like that card. If I can find it, that's great. If not, it's been X amount of years, I don't expect to find it. So when it comes up or whatever, you're like, oh, fuck that. It's like the cavemen and the stones are just like, oh, come on. We'll start that fire ignites, and you're like so super excited for it. But yeah, it's not like I'm so excited to find. Again, if I'm doing a set, let's say I'm doing like a 57 top set. Yeah, that then I'd be excited if I could knock off 80 minor to semi-stars in good condition, good eye appeal. That would be something I'd be excited about. But if I'm doing like an insert set, which I'm doing plenty of them in the mid 90s,
Yeah,
you're not gonna
send that list to anybody either.
No. That doesn't go anywhere.
But that's what I'm getting at. Like, it's
like the A-Rod Leaf Limited rookies. If I'm seeing that, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing graded copies. I don't need a graded copy. I want a raw copy. I don't want one that's all rounded, dinged up, and like creased and chipping. But I want one that's nice. Because I know I'm going to have to pay 2 to 4 times more for a fucking graded copy, which I don't need. That's not the object of putting these sets together, is putting like some PSA bullshit registry. It's just, I want to get cards, and then I want to get my friends' cards, and even people that maybe I don't chat with all the time. Like a Snoop, I don't chat with him all the time, but man, if I see like an LT for him, I'd be like, fuck, that's going to be awesome.
Right.
It'll be something that'll get him joy, or Randy Johnson. Something like that where he'd be excited. So
I should have got Snoop like a Longhorn steak plate for the time I saw LT at Longhorn Steakhouse. I didn't even think. Like, my kids didn't even know who he was. And I'm like, Meredith, I said, freaking LT. And she's like, how do you know? I'm like, look at his ear.
And then look at his grill when he opened.
Yeah. And look at the size of the man. He looks like he could still friggin' play.
Look at his side.
and he just rolled in with his manager or whoever it was by themselves. They sat at the bar incognito. Nobody knew who they were. Nobody. It was mind-boggling.
I have a fork from a Longhorn Steakhouse that my wife swiped.
Was there a particular reason though why it was swiped?
She has a
date. First date.
No. She just knew I liked their forks.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for her to get me a knife.
The only reason why is that because like I could understand, like an anniversary, a first date, a major milestone dinner. Like I could understand that, but
no, I just mentioned that I really like this fork.
Well, there you like.
She has we have a cabinet out there, a whole bunch of cups and glasses she's taken from restaurants.
Well, it's so easy with the purse though, man. You just kind of.
Yep.
The last time I swiped anything from an establishment was
indeed, Brad.
Would have been after I graduated and I was invited to family vacation with my friend at the time, and we went to Padre, and I got permission from my mother to have a mixed drink while at the restaurant, and I swiped the fucking glass the mixed drink was in.
Nice.
And I still have it. After all these years, I still have it.
Well, it's like your first Little League hit. You want to keep the ball, your first drink, keep the glass.
Yeah, the cup you guys see me drink out of every week, it's a Dr. Pepper cup from a big whiskey restaurant that she swiped.
Nice.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much left on that bone, Paul, but that's his problem, not mine. And GP Sports Cards is at the National. And if you watch their last video that Paul sent me, I think he sent it directly to me. I don't think he sent it in the group chat.
Probably.
But they picked up, like the first 3 minutes is just, you're like, it's like 100 G's worth of cards.
I don't like watching those videos.
Oh my God. They're
I can't. It's just too much nice stuff on hockey.
Yeah.
That is one of my favorite follows. Is just seeing the stuff they pick up.
And they're not dicks. I mean, they seem like the nicest. Right. They seem like, and people were like, well, they're kind of a dick. I said, if you don't pay and they don't have your payment, you don't get your shit. It's real simple. He's like, I didn't get your payment. Sorry.
Sucks to suck.
It is what it is. I mean, it's business. That I get, but
yeah, that's not being a dick.
They're at the expo. I got to think every year with a big setup, wouldn't they, Joe?
Yeah, they're there every time.
They've been decent to you, or have you gone past there?
Yeah, I go by their table and look what they have. Yeah, they always have good cards. I don't think I've ever bought anything off them, but
well, you need to leverage a kidney allegedly for some of that shit. I mean, he got a 0405, the redemption rookie card of I think it's numbered to 299 or 399, a Sid. That thing's like ridiculous. He got the patch from 0506, the cup. He had 3 or 4 Lemieux he showed that were just ungodly. And I mean, it was just today. And then the booklets, they were art signed by the artist on the back. Then you open it up, and it was Lemieux, Carey Price, Waugh, and Grant Fuhrer, I think it was. And it's a booklet with the art, and it's signed inside by the player. They were just freaking gorgeous. I'm like, these guys get some good stuff. But they were at Fanatics Fest, and they stopped at New York to this guy, and he sold him a bunch of cards, and he had the 101 Lemieux. What the heck's it called? It's out of the cup. It has 4. It's a quad, and it's all pieces a lettering jersey. Yeah, it's out of the cup. 101. It's gorgeous. I've seen them for other stuff the quads. I mean, the basic ones, I think the 25 or 50 are like through $300. This card has to be worth a couple G's easy. It's just gorgeous.
Maybe they went to the Ricky Russo estate. And
Well, this guy was like a Ricky Russo. He just had a ton of stuff. Then he had a Taylor Hall collection, which I mean, it's not the greatest money, but still, he's one of those borderline Hall of Famer players. Hall of Very good. You know, he had a solid career, and they had some banger cards of him too. It was like the one thing about hockey: every player, somebody digs them. It could be some loony toony guy from wherever, and somebody that's my guy, and that's who they collect. And
we did Bugard, Ty Domi, Shane Corson.
yeah,
it doesn't matter. Claude Lemieux, they're
Patrick Lundqvist. I got a small piece of him, stuff. Some guy was selling off a lot of rookies with a Future Watch auto. I think I paid $20 for it, and I got all the stuff when he was in the Predators. I like him. I thought he was a heck of a player for the Penguins. And then they left his. So when he left all his Pittsburgh stuff in the driveway of the place he was living at. He was not happy that they traded him. And I was not happy, but I think they mended that bridge. I think he came back last year for a Patrick Hornquist night. I think they had a bobblehead or something. I digress.
no. So that it sucks not being down there, but again, that'll give a year to hopefully rejuvenate the old juices and excitement for the hobby. At least bump them up a little. 'Cause, man, it's just been seeing the same content again, and it's not like seeing the same content promoted or like being suggested. That's the stuff where it's like I don't watch vintage videos. I don't need to hear about the top 10 vintage card sales. That doesn't do me any good because if I'm looking at that arena, I'm not ever going into it. It doesn't matter. Again, you try to find stuff out there, and even that, I've given up on that long ago. Unless the purveyor of positivity to my whatever would be that direction, so my left said right, throw something in the group chat with a YouTube link. That's about the only time that I go look at something other than the stuff that's through the feed or either the suggested or when you go to the description. And most of that's all the same people jumping on the bandwagon of vintage. Here's my vintage pickups for Stop trying to fit in with the crowd. I mean, if you really like the cards, that's great, but when some of the first words out of your mouth that this is somewhat similar to the copy that this YouTuber has or that YouTuber, well, the 58 tops, you've had a while to pick it up. Now all of a sudden it's a priority, so I don't understand that because X and Y have it, now Z has to have it too.
Well, it was like in Hobbypalooza, they were like, I don't know why. Everybody that year wanted the Roy Campanella. Everybody was picking it up. Why?
Yeah.
That's the question. Why? Roy Campanella, awesome ball player. Love it. Watched highlights and stuff that you could see in old film. There's not a ton, but excellent human being from what I understand as well. But why are you going to get it if you get it just to get it or what's the deal? You know, it's like Sidney Crosby cards to me. I could get Sid cards. I like to have his Young Gun. That's good enough for me. I got a couple of his cards. And it's like, okay, I'd rather give them to Joe because Joe collects the stuff. He collects Sid way more than I do.
Mhm.
So where I collect more Malkin,
Probably.
that's my guy. I like Malkin better than I do Crosby.
Right.
And
And Malkin's a lot easier on your wallet. I mean, just let's be frank. If you're a bigger Sid guy, you would have a tougher time trying to juggle
yeah,
major Lemieux purchases with major Sid purchases. I mean, you'd have to pick and choose, and I know you don't like to because you like and love all cards.
yes, I do.
So
You know, I just like you were saying too. I like Joe sent me a list. He's going for the black gold sets for the old OPG and tops. I went through a box and I'm like, here, I just stack like this because I opened so many boxes. They were $10 a piece. I bought a case one time. It was what, 20 boxes? I think I paid $200 for it. And I said, give me half of the one case and half of the other. He's like, you want this old stuff? I come walking out. Meredith was going to kill me because I'm coming out with a case of Topps Premier 93, 94. And she's like, what are you buying? Where are you going to put it? I said, right now, I have no idea where I'd put it. I was looking at something while she was practicing and training last night. And she's like, oh, where, pray tell, are you going to put that there, genius? I'm like, I have no idea. So I'm just going to exit this link right now.
you know what you need to start doing when that phrase gets launched again. Where are you going to put that? Say that's a problem for future me.
This is true.
I'm
But
like,
I gotta pack up all this crap within like a year and move it all. So like I condensed a bunch of stuff yesterday and she's like, you have like all these extra containers. Can I put a bunch of my I said, that's the point, kid. We're condensing everything. We're in condensation mode. No. No, that would be no. Condensing mode. We don't want condensation around cards.
no.
That's why I have all these dehumidifiers here and these bags that there's those little crystals in there and it sucks up the moisture in the air. I have them hung all through the basement to keep the moisture. It dry something. I don't know. I got 2 of them over there. I got them all through here, but it takes away the moisture from the basement. So my cards are crisp and clean.
Packed fresh.
Pack fresh. Yep. Protecting my investment.
And that's the thing. If you're buying, like, I'm buying this 60 Ted Williams tops. I'm buying it. You could say it's a design I've always liked. Again, people can always buy into that. Okay, I understand that. I like, what is it, 56? That horizontal. And I like, what is it, 50, 54, 55, whatever the one looks like a TV. I like that design, so if I pick something up, I like it. It just looks cool. But when you always have the same people giving the same, well, Blue Jacket 66 showed it. Mike Baseball Collector showed it, so I figured I should get it. Why? Why? What? Just to be like them? Again, that was sort of a lot of the stuff back in our infancy of YouTube that you'd see too. And I get it. I get like the absolute patches. Those were kick-ass cards. The UD Premier. But that was sort of the thing with those. It's like, they look fucking great. There's a finite number of them. Nobody's sitting there and saying, I want to pick up this fucking Julio Jones, like, let's say if he was a rookie in 04. This 2010 Julio Jones patch numbered at 25 because it's going to be a $150 card one day. No, you picked it up because it looked fucking cool. You got a falcon wing, you got the falcon head, you got something multicolor, and it wasn't all about future value. It's not always about what can I get for it in whatever time frame you want to go.
Bullshit, Dave. That's how you've always been. Stop lying. Come on.
I think I'm the only person that somebody ever put rare Steve Olin pickup in a fucking YouTube video title. I mean, I don't believe somebody's like, who the fuck is that? Is that like a singer or what? Guitar player for Journey or what? Who?
I think we all just need to come out and tell the truth. Like, we are not collectors. The cars that we get, it's all about the future value, man. Come on. Like, we need to just let it all, we just need to, like, be truthful.
Yeah.
After almost 4 years of this, like, we just need to, come on.
Come
I'm terrible at investing in other parts of my life. Might as well be with cards too.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm better at that other shit than I am at cards because I'd have bought a lot of freaking boxes of freaking metal and all that shit instead of my 20 boxes of freaking Top Stadium Club 2 original cases sitting down here that are worth a freaking
$1 a piece.
quarter a piece. It's like, well, I was like, these are so cool. I remember when I got them in that day. It had the original labels from the card shop that they came from. Case of Series 1 and Series 2. And I'm like, this is the coolest shit in the world. Because when I was a kid, I didn't have it. Going back to that episode that I missed, that's the kind of shit I bought. I bought the shit that I would, when I was a kid, I couldn't afford to get a lot of them. What are you doing?
It's the shit counter.
Oh.
Much love, brother. Much love.
Shit.
Exactly. Speaking of shit.
No.
Yeah, speaking of shit.
There was a massive earthquake off the coast of Russia that set off tsunami warnings in Japan, Alaska, and Hawaii.
I saw that.
Yeah, they're evacuating.
8.0. That was what, 8.0?
8.7.
Oh, damn.
That's
huge. Yeah, that's massive. That's beyond massive.
Yeah.
Oh, Carlos Delgado. Yeah, speaking of shit.
Here we go.
That's a cool card, though.
Yeah, it is.
Uh-oh.
Oh, baby.
Is that the one you showed me, Dave? That's not the one you showed me, is it?
That one is.
That we really both were like, I don't think I remember that.
No.
I've never seen that before. That card.
I haven't either. Well, Dave sent me one. Dave sent me one on Sunday, I think, and I was like, I can't say I remember that. He's like, yeah, me neither. And that
one's awesome.
Usually, if I haven't seen it, Dave has, or if Dave hasn't seen it, I have. So it's
and then
it's
there's a Steve Young, Drew Brees rookie.
I went for another card, and unfortunately, I won that, not the other.
Huh.
So the guy sent it like this in a big envelope.
Oh, damn.
Thankfully, I haven't checked anything, but it's the 92 Upper Deck Minor League Player of the Year card. So each team had their Minor League Player of the Year representative. So I bought several of them because they're 99 cents, and that's a set. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to finish.
Well,
but I would. There's Chippers in there, Floyd, Cordova, Delgado,
Brian Taylor,
the back, the Royals,
Phil Hyatt.
Yep.
How many cards are in that set, Dave?
26 to 28.
Okay.
This set as well.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have had the expansion teams yet then.
Old Pirates. He got traded. I don't remember who to the Twins. Midre Cummings.
Hey, watch your mouth. This is the family show. That's cool.
I remember those cards.
The 24 karat of Delgado.
That was a monster back then.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's
Yeah, you showed me that one. That card's so damn nice.
And I won another one last night for half the price.
Oh, yeah?
That's a set I'd like to finish in both baseball and football.
Because doesn't that front part, though, like it opens, doesn't it?
Yes. Like a book.
That's what I thought. Okay.
And
That's
then
what I
one
thought.
Michael helped on. Number to 25.
Incredibly difficult to find cards in that set.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's the extent of the card videos I do these days.
Yeah,
Going
but
on here and
that's the difference. We pretty much show shit here nowadays.
yeah. I want to make something at some point, but again, it's just I don't care. I should, but
It's things are different, and I don't know exactly what it is. I can't specifically put my finger on it, so to speak. And like from my perspective, I haven't picked up anything, so like I have nothing to share technically. Yes, I know, Dave. I thank you for not saying anything recently. Like I know I need to redo my PC showcase by year. Like I still want to do that. I really do. Because I want that piece of reference, even though I've got my checklist. Like I want that sort of reference point. Where was I at in 2025? You know? And for me, yeah, technically I could probably do supplementals as I added additional stuff or got stuff from people if that were the case in future years. But that would probably take me longer to do instead of just saying, you know what, fuck it, I'll just do it every year. Or if I make ads, I'll only do the years in which I got ads. I don't know.
I think even if you do, okay, you don't want to do that years. And this is nothing. It's sort of like a two-piece thing. You've gotten like messages on Instagram about selling cards, which people are dumb.
Yeah,
But put it on YouTube, just like Terrell Davis current immaculate collection. Current, and then like again, hashtag the fuck out of it. See if you can drum up interest if people have some of that older stuff. Again, I know maybe whatever your finances are your finances, so maybe that's not something you want to like venture down that road. But at the same time, if it's a 10-minute video, just showing off like the stuff. Here's game use patches, and patches not like eBay. Here's a patch, and it's a napkin.
right.
Here's my Terrell Davis game use jersey cards. Here's my Terrell Davis on card auto. And you don't have to sit there and go through a soliloquy with like every card and like your 97 throw line, gems or something. I got this from so and so. Really like that.
The only difference is, and I know you're just throwing out examples like on card autos. Yeah, that'd be an hour video because that's mostly what I have.
or even stuff of
again, Dave.
Playing days, and then
I know you were given examples. It's one of all the things to throw out there. It's like, okay, that's probably one of the longest videos that I would do.
Terrell Davis serial numbered cards. Terrell Davis
that'd be another hour and a half video.
Terrell Davis pictured in a Denver Broncos uniform cards.
Well, yeah, that you just might as well. That's going to be 5 hours. So, of
There
course,
we
you would watch it. Of course, by the time I probably do the PC showcase by year, at least some years, like 96 97, 98, 99, and 2000 would probably be all individual videos. But, 2001, 2002, 3, and 4, maybe I could combine. 5, 6, 7, and 8, I could combine. 9, 10, 11, 12, I could combine. As far as how I separate the collection. If I was smart, I'd get off my ass and knock out the freaking the patch video, because those are in their own box,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't take a whole lot of time. Still probably be 25-minute video, but again, it's my thing is making time. It's not about having time, it's making the time. And in the past, I needed the house to myself type situation. Now it's like I don't have that excuse anymore. I don't. It's making the time to have everything in place to where I can just sit there and freaking just hit record and just go.
Well, that and too, and the right state of mind. It's a lot of people just can jump in and fucking start talking. We used to be able to do that. Life has seeped into the hobby joy at times, and now you have to be in the right framework, mentally, to sit there and if this would be something I would want to watch, I have to deliver it the way I think it should be delivered. I can't be bored and mundane and Ben Stein with my monotone voice. Here's another patch. Got this from Brad 8671. Bradley Claus. I got this from him. I got these from Vinny, Uncle Vinny and C.
Vincenzo.
Yeah, he's on the IRP. It's Tuesdays. You just people aren't. Holy fuck! This guy, he's showing me cards he likes. Fuck! I'd hate to see the cards he doesn't like. Hear him talk about those. It's just oh, good lord. So it's not just okay. Yeah, the house. If you add it alone, that's one massive component, or one have it cleared out so you could just go and not have interruptions, and jive and whatnot. But just to be in the right state of mind to talk about shit. That's always the challenge with me. It's I wouldn't sound like that, but if I'm showing you a Midray Cummings card, it's what? Because again, they haven't been in the hobby for fucking 30 minutes, let alone 30 years, 40 years. So when you hear that name, you're like,
Who
the fuck is this? That doesn't even sound like a real name. Is this not a porn star or what?
No.
One of 1,000 guys we thought was going to be great.
Right.
God,
That's who he was.
That's why I suggest people get Baseball America shit or the sporting news from 90 to 92. Any baseball prospectus type thing of the up and comers, and look at how many of those guys panned out that were can't miss. Mark Newfield and the Ray McDavids and people like that. It's just Aaron Holbert or Tolbert. I think it's Holbert, the Cardinals. It's all these guys are supposed to be great.
I remember a lot of Richard Hidalgo.
Yep.
I always love the Astros' decision to keep him over Abreu, protected in the expansion.
Yeah.
Get yourself one of these too.
Well, not hockey, because nobody collects hockey.
So say I've got that massive hockey collection of the worst number one pick of all time. The most hype.
Touche.
So
But going back to what you were talking about, Dave, like you're right, it's the mindset. Like early on, I had the motivation. I got everything checklisted that was sent from Christmas. I got the autos integrated. I got the patches integrated. I got the Broncos auto stuff integrated. You know, it just because I was in the right mindset. Like I was just there was a sense of accomplishment with getting everything updated on the checklist, and then it's like, okay, go with easy shit first. Patches, autos, Broncos auto stuff. A lot easier to integrate because there's not as much of it. And then start working on integrating the other stuff. Well, the box that's 95, 96, and 97 has been sitting on this table for over a month. I've integrated 95 because there was only like one or two cards that I got. 96 is sitting on the side of the box, and there's only one card that needs to be integrated into 96. But remember, I also audit when I integrate. And again, it's been sitting here for a fucking month.
And that's where I think with you too, like all of us, like when we get shit in, like when the Germany collection finally came in, I was like, yes, let's hit it hard and hammer the stuff out because again, not to be hoobastank, but you had the reason. You had the reason to do it. It's like I got X amount of cards in if I just let them sit. Then that weight starts coming down on my collective journey because it's like I want to get it done because I don't want to have like a checklist that starts lagging behind, especially with how much shit he's got. Even again, if you're not like putting much focus on like this Panini era of shit, like 2016 really on. That's like, okay, 2015 to 2002, 2003, whenever he retired. And then there's the playing days. So if you're getting a lot of the playing days, it's like, well, I want to get this shit catalog.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fall behind and, okay, here's some insert number to 100. I got it. Or like a parallel out of Pacific, one of their brands. Like, I got it now. If I don't update the checklist, I got the shit in the box. I see one that comes up like $15, buy it now. You're like, oh fuck, I need that.
Yeah.
Like a premiere date or like an Aurora to 31 or something. I need to get that. You get it, and then you're like, okay, let me check in that box. It shouldn't. Oh, and then you got another one. Again, $15 being not a massive amount, but again, that's $15 to put to something you need, not something you already got. Again, unless you're Vinny when you really like something.
Or really love something.
If you love it's out of the question. It's already gone. But if you really like something, it's probably gone too. So, yeah,
Well,
it's just
I hate buying dupes, and yes, it has happened. And
I don't
that's even
either.
that's even looking at my checklist, and just for whatever reason, it's like I don't know what the fuck I was thinking in that moment. And then when I get it in, and I go and I'm looking at the card, I'm going okay, and I go to my checklist, I'm like,
This can't be. No, you go to your box to put in the.
and then I go to double check, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Like, what are you doing here?
I mean, my duplicates box is probably bigger than some people's collections.
Same here. I don't have many dupes either.
Well, when it comes to Josh Johnson, like you have more than anybody, I think.
I can't let something go. It's not possible. Nobody else can be the owner. I don't care.
1 is great, but 37 is better.
And then 102 is the best of all time. Like,
Well, thankfully, I don't have to worry about like a card that's like a print run over 100 that I want. Most people are 25 or 30 or less. So
yeah, but I know you have like 30 copies of shit numbered to 225 though. Like, and you're never gonna own all 225.
What have I got? I've got, I think, again, I haven't counted it. Eons, but I've probably got about 60 of the Topps Chrome autos, probably 35 to 40 of the refractors, the 500. The black to 200, I only think I got like about 10 or 12 of those.
But my point.
One is incoming. One is incoming. And then
Of course it is.
the first one I've seen at a decent price in a long time. It's like $9.99. Buy it now, and it had sat for like 2 weeks without the seller throwing even like a 10% off. I'm like, you know what?
Screw it.
Just get it. Just fucking get it. You're gonna regret it when you see it in your watch list and it says sold. And so okay, conscience, you win again.
Yeah. Okay, Dave. Come on. Like, let's. It has nothing to do with your conscience. Let's be real.
A little bit.
All right. Everybody ready to do some top 5 stuff? I am. Only because, like, I'm slowly starting to, like... And no, it's not because I'm bored either. I'll fill you in after hours. Like, the last couple of days have been a little stressful, to say the least.
Are you opening anything tonight?
I am not, because I didn't put anything... I didn't post anything, which is why I didn't say anything. I mean, last week, obviously, because we had Ryan and Neil on, but honestly, I didn't think about it. I will post something for next week because I did finally get. I finally did get this in, so.
Is that a white box from National for Redemption?
No. Yeah. So, sealed value pack box of Select. So.
Are you breaking that up, or is that one shot?
No, I'm gonna do it 2 at a time, so it'll last.
Yeah,
I figured that's the best way to do it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only do 4, but I have 5 different things sitting here that can technically be open. I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do, but yeah, there'll be one posted for next week, and Select, like. Because I have one more blaster I'll open of Select and hope to God it's better than the first one. God, that was terrible. It'll probably be the Select blaster, optic value packs, prism value packs, and Select value packs will be the options for next week probably. So for those who were paying attention or are curious what it will most likely be, that's probably what it's going to be. Because I still have 4 WNBA hangers, but I'm going to prolong those a little bit longer. Why, I don't know. Before anybody asked.
Came in one of these. I mean, I like that container.
That's kind of cool.
They ship well.
Sam Landry, about 5 of the Topps Now.
I remember you mentioning that.
No super fractor auto.
No parallels either.
I was hoping that was going to be the case, but
it was worth a shot, Dave. I mean,
and Naomi was like, for her birthday, she's like, "Oh, that's cool." So,
can't hurt it, you know. Can't hurt it. Reasonably priced for the chance in those situations, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was like $40 on. Well, again, I'm going to pay probably $10 on eBay delivered.
All right. Top 5. Top
What do you want to go?
5 national tips. I don't know if I'm going to completely go with tips, but I'm sure we all have
Tips
multi.
are tips are things that, again, that we hear about: snacks, shoes, backpacks. I mean, stuff that we, again, it's been bludgeoned after how many years now? These are some things that after our collective voyage that we had in 23, Michael's been to others, I've been to others. I mean, just stuff that throughout our experiences, things that'll help you, or things that in retrospect you'll say, shit, I wish I would have done that. So I'll go first. I'll do that. That's gonna be
Wow. I'm glad I'm sitting down because Dave's
I
going
I am volunteering so I can get the group project over done with first. Number 5, take pictures. Not only of cards and all that bullshit. People, get, even if it's not with you in it. That's what I'm good at. Sort of just standing off to the side and doing one of these and click. I mean, again, you can pose for the pictures and have that too, because that's also fun to catalog those memories. But if you see a group of people you know, get a picture of them. Not saying the gloom and doom that I usually bring to the table. You don't know when one of those people are not with us anymore.
Yep.
So that picture of some of these folks that maybe not normally get together, like perhaps a floating head and a serial connoisseur. That's Michael's. It's like, no, accent, mate.
Well, no, I think he's probably having the same issue that he was before. Yep, he's back.
Spin doctoring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spin doctors.
It got really bad in the last few minutes. I'm like, okay. It was great for a while, and then it just
Shit the bed.
yeah. And I don't know how to explain it because it'll go months without doing it, and then one night it'll just be bad.
It's the topic. It's got to be the topic,
Yeah.
Michael. Because
Michael
we're
did
not there, it's got to be it's like it's punishing you.
And in the basement, I'm clear as day. I go upstairs to the table and I get all sketchy.
Yeah, sometimes you have more issues upstairs than typically you do.
And I'm closer to the router. But in this room, I have a booster.
Okay.
And I have a booster in C's room there. So that booster down here for our wireless through here works pretty good. Next house, I'm wiring everything. I'm running wires to the everything's going, unless it's an iPad or a phone, it's going on a freaking wire. I digress.
Yeah, take pictures. Lots of them.
Yeah, I wish I took more. If I'm being honest. Like I took quite a few considering, but I wish I would have taken more because
Yeah.
and to add to that and add some additional context, you have to make time to do it because if you don't, you're not going to do it. Like you have to subconsciously tell yourself, take pictures.
Yeah.
Because you are so immersed with everything that's going on that you will forget. And try not to forget. So
Yeah, because I think the only photos I have from all the ones that I've been to, it's just always the group shot that we always take.
Right.
That's the only ones I have. Like the first year I went, it was when I took my belt and had everybody sign that. So I had that. Didn't have photos. And I know that first year also, Drew Van, he brought a baseball and had everybody signing the baseball.
Yep. So that's actually going to be my number 5 is take something for everybody to sign.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying, and let me rephrase. take something to where there's the people that you enjoy, that are your friends, that you enjoy watching or enjoy talking to, have them sign.
Correct.
It doesn't have to be all the mainstream big wig guys and all this other kind of bullshit, but take something for everybody to sign. It's another way to commemorate the trip.
Yeah. Somehow I took my eye off mine for a minute and it got passed around to somebody who I did not want to sign it. They signed it. I got it back and I cut that part out. So it's not on there.
But it's so I wore the inaugural we'll call it the first run of the IRP shirt. I wore it. So I had that signed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hanging in my closet. And then we made sure that, for all of us, we were like, what can we do in order to get signatures for other people? Like the shirt was cool because it was more of the people who have either been on the show or were in our little circle, I'll call it. But the index cards. And yes, we got things signed by people we didn't give two shits about. Granted, we didn't ask them. We didn't ask them specifically. Hey, can you please go have so-and-so sign these for us? Because we didn't want to feel awkward. But take something to commemorate the people that you meet. So that's my number 5. Joe?
I'm next. Okay. Mine's kind of along the same lines. Mine was like budget your time and prioritize the things that you really want to do on your trip. So if you want to look at the cards and do whatever it takes to make time to get there for when the VIPs open up, things along those lines. Or if you're more into like spending time with buddies, then make sure you make time for that. And like you said about getting that stuff signed, make time. Yeah, there I am. Make time for collecting those autographs from your buddies and stuff, and bring the stuff that you want to get, signed or whatever it is you're going to do.
Bring a second paint pen.
Yeah, I had 2. They both busted.
Yeah. That freaking sucked.
Yeah, and I prepped them too. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. So that's my number 5.
Michael? Oh no, you're bringing up the rear. Benny.
Yeah, I didn't make a list.
I was gonna say something else about that. I got one of those Beckett still, Joe. We could trade, and you could try for a second time.
Yeah, but you have something that you definitely have something to add, whether or not it's a top 5 or not. You've been there. You have something to add to the conversation.
Just from my own personal experience, it wasn't the first year I went, it was the second time I went. I spent 80 or 90% of my money in the first 30 minutes I was there. And it wasn't that I didn't buy cards that I wanted. They were really nice, but it was like, man, I probably should slow my roll just a little bit. Because that can happen really fast. Now, part of that is every time I've gone, I show up on Thursday, I drive in on Thursday, go to the show Friday, Saturday. So it's almost like, okay, the show's already been open for 2 or 3 days. I better get something if I see it, if I like it. But
and to not counter what you're saying, because it's very valid. But on the flip side, it's also if you see something, don't risk not being able to get it because you want to hope for something different.
Yeah.
So it's that double-edged sword in that situation. Great thing to bring up because, again, it's very easy to blow your wad really fast. I mean, because there's again, it's so overwhelming and the first time you go anyways, and it's just like, holy shit. But again, it's wise, kind of pay attention, budget, don't go all in early on, because what's going to happen if you come across something you're like, oh shit, I spent all my money. For some of us, we've got great friends that's like, hey, can you loan me $200? Can you loan me $300?
Right.
And 99% of the time, we're gonna help. If we have it,
Yep.
we're gonna help, because that's what we do. I mean, that's just what you do. So in that situation, at least in our sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to yell.
Wow.
In
You're
our
louder
circle,
than the dog.
well, like he went to the bedroom, like somebody's moving out. So the moving truck is
I wonder
outside
why.
our window. No, it has nothing to do with my dog or me. Maybe it has to do with the guy who got shot. But I don't even know what the fuck I was saying, because that agitated me.
The helping
Our
people.
circle, oh yeah,
find
yeah.
something.
Yeah, our circle may be different compared to others.
Yeah.
We've always looked after one another. We've always done stuff for each other. We've always given stuff with no strings attached. Like if we needed to help and we had the dispensable income, we're going to help.
For sure.
Because again, that's what we do. Others may not have that luxury. Sucks for them, but we're different, because that's just what we do. So again, it's the double-edged sword. Like, don't blow your wad, like you said, like so fast that you're like, oh damn. But
I
at the
walked
same
in.
time,
I bet it was 5 minutes in. I spent $130 on an Eddie Lacy Topps Museum Collection framed rookie auto.
cool card at the time though.
It was a really cool card, but I'm like, this wasn't really what I was looking for. And it was the first table I stopped at that had stuff in it that actually caught my eye. I had to weed through the 700 tables of vintage rubber band cards with shitty old pennants so I could find actual cards made this century. And then, you know what? The next 3 times I went, saw the same stuff I had to weed through the first time.
And the next time you go, it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Expo will be different.
Vincenzo.
I didn't make a list of those. The secondary list I was better at, but I was trying to think. I want my kid to go again. I know that, because she reminds me more than I think about it. She's like, "Are we going to that card show this summer?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "We're going to go next year." I said, "It might be in 2028. It might be in Detroit." And she's like, "Oh, hell yeah." Well, actually, she said, "Oh, can I say it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, hell yeah." And I'm like, she goes, "We'll buy those cots that we saw on Amazon. There's these beds that fold out. They're like $100. And she's like, "We'll just put them all in the basement. Nobody has to pay for anything, so they could have cards. We'll just get all the stuff in the refrigerators." And she goes, "It'll be a party for a week." And I said, "Yeah, your mother will leave us for a week too. She ain't gonna be there, I guarantee." So
Yeah, well.
Understandable. There's going to be new smells.
Well, not new, but new to that abode.
yeah,
Well, but that's still something. I mean, we can't really call it a tip, but a way to create a memory. So we'll go with that in that situation, because it is something that other people haven't brought up or talked about. Make the experience with your kid, like,
with your friends, with your kid, whatever.
I see.
I see.
Aren't you supposed to be in bed?
Technically, it's still summer, so there is none.
Well,
Oh, but that no, you've told her plenty of time. Go to bed, even
Yeah.
during the summer.
She slept 16 hours, so we're gonna have some difficulties
Yeah,
because I was too busy to drag her out of bed and
16 hours.
15.
I would you hand me some of that sleep?
yeah.
Mine
Double
slept
day she was
15.
doing that.
Yes, I did. We happen to have AAA.
I would say go to a trade night, and not again like the one at it's not Lowe's or not the one at like what do you call it? No, they've got it at the whatever convention hall inside of like the Rosemont or the stuff. And again, I don't know if that's the same one like that goofy dude from Kentucky and Ryan are part of Card Collector 2. Again, as much as I don't like to give any credit to the guy who just constantly puts the foot in the mouth, my best friend of all friends, baseball collector Mike. Again, that I like that setup. I hate using that word because of Sitka, Alaska, but I really liked that layout. It was just nice. A lot of tables, a lot of you weren't jammed in that. I don't even know what like an atrium. What the hell would you even call that? And
Yeah,
that
probably
it's
because
like,
you couldn't call it a lobby.
no, but I liked it. That was a good. And again, with Big Nose Jones trying to pull off like he ordered the fucking pizza.
Yeah,
That the Jewish has arrived, and again, you saw some people running up there.
Wasn't it Beckett who ended up buying it? Actually,
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Anyway.
which I wish I would have seen him. That's the one thing out of that I wish I would have. Again,
but
we've said it 100 times. You can sit there and say that magazine's antiquated, outdated, useless. 30, 35, 25 years ago, that was our Bible for the hobby.
Absolutely.
So to meet him, to have a picture with him, that would have been fucking cool because of that. So
question, Dave, did you actually call that a trade night?
Well, or go to trade night, go to get together, go to something where you like gathering.
I was just asking.
Some sort of like-minded collectors and do that, and because that way, again, you can sit there and not think about making a deal for cards. You're not thinking about you're just, hey, there's so and so. I watched their videos. We maybe interacted a couple times in comments, whatever the case may be. I want to talk to them, see what they're like.
Yep.
Get a better bearing on like, is this person really a cunt, or is this person they're not that. It's somebody I might have underestimated or whatever. You see somebody that's like, hey, this guy collects football, this guy collects inserts. Let me talk to him. Let me see what he's about. Let me see if there's at surface level or there's like a little more. So that's a good opportunity because that's if you're there, that's basically what you're there for. Unless you're floating head trying to leverage more sponsorship dollars.
Well, that's the other thing. Like I'm not going to piggyback off of yours, but I would have called it more specific to like the YouTube Hangout.
Yeah.
So we're all part of the YouTube community. Like, if you want to go to a trade night, fine, great, wonderful. Like, a lot of people say a lot of good deals can be made. You can find some good stuff at trade nights. Great. But the YouTube Hangouts, you've seen videos from a lot of people. You see the amount of people that are there. And yes, you may have opportunities to talk to them at the show itself. But there, it's a little bit more of an intimate setting. Like, you're not having to fully talk over a bunch of people. Of course, depending on where they have it, of course. I mean, that's could be a limitation. But be fair warned, you're not going to be able to talk to everybody that's there. You're going to miss people. You're not going to know that certain people were there because you didn't see them or you didn't know about it until later. So just take that with a grain of salt going into it. You're only there for a finite amount of time, and there's not enough time in order to talk to everybody and see everybody. Just
unless you're doing back and if you're pounding the pavement and you're pacing the floor, you'll probably see a lot of people or most people, but you're going to be doing a lot of walking during the day. So probably at those, you're just going to like, hey, I just want to camp out at a table, eat some pizza. I will mill about, but I mean, it's not going to be sitting there and like you're 70 years old in the mall that's dying and you want to get your steps in. You just want to, that's a relaxation time.
Yep. So that is definitely a great one. This one's going to seem, I won't say seem strange, but sleep. You don't hear a lot of people talk about like sleep as much as what you can with the amount of time that you can. I know that sounds kind of strange, but because there is so much going on and you are on such a freaking adrenaline high at the end of each day from not just walking the floor or talking with friends or meeting people or going to lunch
Or trying to negotiate with dealers.
it's just it is a smorgasbord of just senses, it just so again, like for us, the first time we went, it was my first national, it was Vinny's first national, but like we didn't get enough sleep. We didn't. And I'm speaking for like three of us because Joe typically would go home a little bit earlier. So like he got to bed a little bit earlier. So Joe probably got the most sleep out of all of us each night. I'm making an assumption, Joe, but again,
Yeah,
like
I was still leaving at around midnight or 1 a.m.
Yeah, it was still late. I'm not saying it was like,
Yeah.
oh, Joe's the party pooper. He's going to bed at 9 o'clock. That's not what
I
I'm saying.
wasn't staying up till 3 or 4 in the morning though.
But it's part of that had to do with we felt like we needed to like catch up on like 30 years of life. It's weird. But take advantage. Like I will tell you going into next year, there will probably be a little bit more sleeping compared to where there was in 23. I just call me crazy, and I'm speaking for myself, but I can do the 1-2 o'clock in the morning and being up at 7 or 7:30, 6:30. Like I can do that all day long. But after like 3 days,
It's
I'm beat to shit.
To quote Stove, what's that sound? And it was me in a bedroom, face down into the thing, and she's like, "That's my dad. He's gone." I literally passed out, and like 3 hours, like I always do, 3-4 hours later, I wake up. I'm like, first off,
we're all
where
asleep.
the hell am I? And second off, my kid's sleeping. I'm like,
and so are we.
I'm like, what the hell?
Well, and it didn't. And no, please do not take this out of context. I drove every day too. So on top of all of that, like it just, for me personally, it caught up to me like super fast. So again, remember to get some sleep. And
I would leave the show and go back to my hotel and nap and then go back to the show again.
Which, if you're right there,
that's great.
That's
awesome.
perfect. Like for us, we're an hour drive.
Yeah. The price is right, but
But see, I
No.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm speaking for myself. It just, our rooms were right next door. It worked. Joe was literally kind of up the road and around the corner.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, it was almost kind of like our own miniature national away from the national,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So, like for the YouTube get together, we just stayed there. Like we didn't leave and then come back. We stayed there because it started at like what, 7, I think, and the show ended at 6 or whatever.
30 or so. It seemed like if we tried to get out of the show before the show ended itself, so we could just get over there and not rush over, but we could just sort of like leisurely.
Well, yeah, because we wanted to like put some stuff in the car because we didn't need everything.
And I mean, there's hotels in Detroit and all that, but if if we avoid the traffic and all that, get there at like 9:30, and like driving home, it ends at 6:37. We're gonna want to stay down there to the last possible minute because, frankly, the traffic's a nightmare coming out of Detroit. So, I mean, it's perfect for people. If we go in after rush hour and we leave after rush hour, it'll be a hop, skip, and a jump. And I mean, we got Comerica there. We could see a soccer match. We could do something. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, we'll find out. Like I think Joe said, it might be as early as Sunday that they announce where it's going to be in 2028. And I mean,
we'll see.
I want to get to Expo because more than anything now, I want to go see Jeff I want to see Jeff in person, and I want to meet. And I got to see Paul and Yannick
and Bobby,
and that guy that has that stream every Friday night.
Yeah, that other Canadian guy.
I want to meet Carlos. I got to see him in person. I want to watch him hold court in his food court. Wow, the music guy. I just want to go up there and see it. Like I still am holding out hope, like to go on a Friday this year and tell my wife, you have unlimited freaking PTO. Let's take C out one day. Tell my kids, my oldest two, you're watching a dog because I'm not going to be able to go to PA this summer. We just looked at the schedule for Cecilia is basically next week she goes to camp in Ohio. She has a thing over the weekend where we were going to go to PA to see my folks and my brother and my aunt and uncle. Can't go. Then the week after that's a freaking tournament. Then the week after that's a freaking tournament. And then state cup starts. So our summer's freaking gone. So I told her one thing right now. I said, we're going Tuesday or Wednesday of Thanksgiving week. I said, I don't care what I have to take off. And we're going to Pennsylvania. And I haven't been there. It'll be over a year. And I've never been away that long. It's like Lourdes. I need to go wash my soul in a mountain. But before that is Expo. So I want to go to Expo and drown myself in maple syrup and then go freaking eat turkey in Pennsylvania. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do the rest of the year. And then I'd love to go to Expo twice a year. I'm going to figure it out that I'm going to start in my old age. I'm going to make it a priority to at least to get to Expo. I'm too damn close not to go. Okay. Now I've ranted enough.
Okay.
Whatever.
So my next one was sleep. Joe?
All right. My next one is like walk the show like light, like only carry what you need for that day in your backpack or whatever bag you have, if you're just using pockets. Like you can leave like your pickups from the day before at your hotel. If you come in with extra supplies, you don't have to bring everything to the show every day. Just bring what you need, because the less weight you can have on your back, the better. because it's a long day, and I know for me, leaning over in those boxes all day, it kills your back.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
And I was lucky. I split my shit up between me and C. So I carried the batteries for the phone. She carried this. I carried this. She carried that, and we had it split evenly. And she has a lot better back than I do. So
Well, yeah, she's young.
yeah.
Michael, anything kind of spark for you extra?
No.
Vincenzo, anything spark for you that hasn't already been said?
Take less food than we did last time because damn, we had so much shit. I like that word tonight. Shit is my word tonight.
Yes, it is. Yes, but that only applies if like you have an Airbnb or like something like that, because like not all hotel rooms right there near Chicago is gonna have the amount of room to house the amount of shit that we had.
We did not go without. There was ample amount of food and beverages for everybody.
I know the last time John and I went, we took a big giant case of water to have in our room. That way we never had to buy anything at the show.
Yep. Yeah, we had like 3 cases of water, 2 cases of beer. Yeah, less
How many
food,
cases
more
of Gatorade?
Yeah,
like 4, four cases of Gatorade.
We had everything.
All sorts of fucking snacks. Like it was ridiculous. Like I have a picture. I think I have pictures of it. Hold on.
Yeah, it
I was
was.
gonna say, I liked when we had it in the vehicle that put a couple 8-packs of Gatorade in there and have some of that water. Then you come out of the show and fuck it's, we're dying.
Yeah,
We didn't bring, if we drank what we had in there. That's like you had stuff right away to come out. Again, not. I wish there's a little more room in the back for a couple coolers, but
I was looking at that Volkswagen van. I was like, how cool would it be for all of us to roll up in that new van again? But it's all electric, and I don't think we'll make it.
Here, let me make myself big here real quick.
Yeah.
And like I didn't even get all of it. So cookies, Cheez-Its,
chicken and a biscuit. Yeah, basically.
Look at all the Gatorade.
That's a lot of Gatorade.
The goldfish, and of course, like there's the refrigerator. Like
freaking meat sticks out the wazoo, Michael. You'd have been in heaven.
I know. I'm seeing that right now.
But like some of that stuff was like for the chili. And again, that's not like I didn't get pictures of everything because there was 2 cases of Yingling. Like it was ridiculous the amount of shit that we had in both refrigerators.
Yeah.
Cereal.
Yeah, cereal.
We had to get milk. We bought milk at Walmart. We bought 2 gallons of milk. Yeah, no, 2 gallons of milk.
And a cauldron.
In a cauldron.
In a cauldron for the chili. Yeah, and a box fan.
Well, that's because the fucking.
I know, Dave. I know. I'm still pissed off at that.
Jeff, which one's bigger, Novi or Kobo? I think Kobo's bigger because they had that Midwest monster type deal in Michigan and Novi. I wish it was like this weekend, or not this weekend, 2 weeks from now, because we're in that area 2 weeks in a row for soccer and you got time to kill. What better way to go than between soccer matches? Go to the freaking card show. But I think Kobo's bigger. And I've been to Kobo once for work. And I don't think I've been to the one in Novi. But I've driven past it a billion times. But both venues are pretty big. But I think Kobo would be I don't know, man. That'd be. Yeah. it's just C's going, Hodges. She's going by her whole team. They're driving down Monday and they're gone till Wednesday. I don't know what town. I let that stuff to my wife. I said, is she all ready for it? And she's like, yeah. But if I find out, I'll let you know. But they're going to stay in the campground and then basically soccer from 8 a.m. till noon, lunch till 6 o'clock. Then they go to team building stuff. But the last time we were in Ohio for a tournament, we were down, we were going to go see Brad, and Ghost got sick, my dog, and he ended up dying like 2 weeks later. And if not, I was calling Brad and saying, hey, you want to meet? Because he's only like, I think he was like 25 miles away. But we were in, the heck's it called? That part of Ohio Brad's from. I just can't think of the name.
Dayton.
Not Dayton, Columbus.
Strongsville.
That area. We had what's the other place in not Strongsville. we were in a tournament last year in Ohio too. I forget.
Youngstown's got to be somewhere over there.
Yeah, thank you, Brad. Thank you for telling me where. Yeah, Columbus. But that's when my daughter called and she said, "Go." I just took Ghost to the hospital and he was bad, and then we lost him a couple weeks later. That was not a pleasant experience. That was like a heart-wrenching weekend. Okay, so Hodges, if we ever do that, I will let you know, and maybe we could all meet up at a card shop or something like that. I like that tournament in Columbus. It's nice. It's really nice. And if you excuse me, I have to go upstairs now. I'll be back in a moment.
I'd say another one, Steve's talking about all the food we brought. If you're going to go out and eat, go somewhere where you can't go where you live. Or if there's something specific that you enjoy where you live, and it's a different store. Our first night was McDonald's because that was basically what was open. Not that and I still remember the show. It's like, we're not going to go to any stupid place like McDonald's or that crap. And there we are, going to McDonald's. The good part about it is that it was everything was fresh because there was so many people ripping through there. Nothing was sitting at all, and that was probably one of the better chicken sandwiches of the weekend, just because of like how quick, and the fries. I mean, I could eat a gallon of fries and be happy. Again, I know I could find them under my carts 4 years later, and they'd be in the same shape they're in as of today, but that doesn't matter. That's irrelevant.
And we found out a couple days later that Big Chicken was like across the street from that McDonald's.
I know. There's so many other places. Again, that I won't say it was a mistake to go chicken sandwich heavy, because again, that's the theme. Portobello's, that's always going to be a spot. That chicken sandwich was the best the whole time we were down there. I did like the Big Chicken, Shaq's joint. We had Giordano's that Thursday night at the YouTube Hangout, so that made it easier not to like go out of the way to try to find one of those. I don't know. And I know I send Michael a lot of the time on Instagram, is like the foodie of Chicago or whatever shit's there, and like for future nationals, I'm like, this is a spot we need to go. This looks ridiculous, or whatever the case may be. Just because, again, maybe that's on one of those Tuesdays where you're like, okay, let's go down by like the lake shore. Let's just check out Lake Michigan and whatever's over there, and if there's a spot to grind on some food. Let's get that there and just again get out of what we're going to be seeing for the next 3 to 4 days or whatever it's going to be. Because again, it doesn't get long. It doesn't like get super monotonous. But I mean, for me, if we're in Chicago, we're in somewhere a big city, and you're seeing like the same things. I'm like, I feel like, and I know that time's a limit. My brain tells me you don't have the time to do this shit. But like one section of the brain's like, fuck, you're in Chicago, and we're like over here. That's it. It's Chicago. This isn't like Ely where you can drive around and be done in like 5 minutes. It's Chicago. So I mean that's where the brain goes, and so if that's like on the Tuesday, we go putzing around, exploring. Go to a pho place, a ramen, an Indian, something where it's just different food that we're not going to get out that way. Like when we went to that Walmart, I liked that, or not the Walmart. Yeah, the Walmart.
Yeah, the
Target was the other one. The Walmart had that little block of fucking food. It's like a, I don't know if a Chick-fil-A or a Big Chicken or a Popeyes, and there's an Indian spot, and I think there's like a fucking Philippine food one right there too. I'm like,
Polish place.
yeah, I'm like, why do we have to go anywhere else? This is like the place we need to be because that's got all the foods. But yeah,
And of
that's
course,
one thing. Eat if you're going to these different locales. Not only indulge in like different foods that you enjoy, indulge in like their local cuisine. If you like a Chicago dog, go get one of those. Try some deep dish pizza if you haven't had it. If you're just used to Jack's or Tombstone or fucking Red Baron or whatever. Get something that's good. So budget that. But yeah, that's one that I would definitely and always am for. It's like try the local cuisine. You don't need to go to like a 5-star Ruth Chris steakhouse and spend $180 on a porterhouse. But get some good food.
I'm surprised food wasn't number one on your list, Dave.
I'm already thinking all the places we could go in this area. Like you got to go to a National Coley Island or a Leo's Coney Island because they're huge around here. That's like a local thing. You could go downtown, go to Lafayette or the other one, but
Little Caesars.
no. Now at the pizza
Ranch.
Pizza Ranch.
I like Pizza Ranch. Pizza Ranch is awesome. I love that. And only ones there are in Minnesota. But at Little Caesars Arena, there's a place, Mike's Pizza. Yeah, it's like gourmet Little Caesars. It's pretty freaking good. It's really good. It's named after Illich. And I ate there and it was solid.
What, going in or coming out?
Actually, both. It actually didn't. Unlike the normal Little Caesars, like the last time I went in there, it was hot as Satan's asshole in there. Like the air condition was dead, and we ordered pizza, and they're like, "You can't use the drive-through." I'm like, "That's the reason we ordered it there, because you order it, then just pick it up through the drive-through. It's already paid." And I walked in, they're like, "Oh, it's almost done." I'm like, "It's 35 minutes later. You were supposed to have it done in like 20 minutes." So I will never go to that one again, but
Well, yeah.
I digress.
10 to 12 minutes is what the time should have been quoted. Just FYI.
They ain't ever hot and ready. I'm sorry.
I know that for reasons.
Yeah.
So another one, and I'm actually going to steal Snoop's one that he actually happened to mention in his video, because he actually made a video today. 8 months later, after getting his package from Brad. Yes, that is a jab, Snoop. But he brought up, and I'm not saying specific to do this. I'm going to leverage what he stated in a different way. take an opportunity to sit down from time to time while at the show.
Yeah.
Even if it's like sitting up against a fucking pillar or something, like take an opportunity to sit down from time to time, rest your legs, it like take some pressure off your back. Snoop had mentioned like specifically like a folding stool type situation that, you know, is very lightweight, very easy to carry, can go into a backpack. Those are great, but if you don't want to go that route, again, just find an opportunity to sit down from time to time. Your feet, your legs, and your back will appreciate it. I promise you. So yeah, that's my next one.
I'm up.
Yes, you, Joe.
All right. Okay. My next one is again for budgeting your time at the show. More show specific stuff, like, you know, if you want to hit like grading right away, to make sure you go there at first thing, or if you want to hit the corporates to get whatever freebies, you know, have a date when you want to hit that. If they're giving the giveaways at like noon or whatever, you have that all planned out. And other things like along the lines of like picking up wax, if it's not something that, you know, they're going to run out of, or some sort of crazy, you know, door crasher sale or something like that, I'd pick it up at the end of the day, because this way you're not lugging it around with you for most of the day. And the same thing with, you know, autographs are pretty straightforward. You know, you're going to want to schedule your day around whatever autographs you're going to get. But yeah, those type of things is my next recommendation or tip.
Anything else spark with you yet, Michael?
No, everything that everybody's spoken on has been pretty much my experience.
Vincenzo, anything you want to throw out there?
I wish I'd have listened to Joe, because I bought that wax I got though was $15 a box, and they were selling out quick. So when you could get boxes that are usually $80 for 15, or tins of Upper Deck Series 1 and Series 2 for $10 a piece. Yeah, I bought those.
It was closer to the end, though.
Yeah, that was close to the end of the day, because that's when we found them. And checklists. I hate to say this, but like the one thing I want to work on before, I mean, it's cutting it close for Expo. It's not cutting it close for next year. But there was a dude that had a ton of young guns, and I really want to start trying to put all those young guns together. What I was thinking is just get one big ass 2 or 3 binders, because there's a lot of young guns, and all the ones that are commons, kind of throw in 2 binders, 3 binders, and then I have a lot that are slabbed, because when they had, like Cole Caulfield, they freaking slabbed up so much of his stuff that there was a billion of them. So after all of them hit at $50, there was an 8 for 15. I got it. I wanted for, and I think Trevor Zegras, I think I got his for $15 in an 8. Those. So I want to be able to know all the ones I had, because I don't need doubles. No doubles. That kind of stuff. I don't get into the doubles unless it's like PMGs or numbered stuff, and I'll get like 2 of them, because I'll buy one to keep and one to sell later. Because if you have a SID numbered to 18 and you got another one that's numbered to 18, you got 2 of them, you got them cheap, keep one, sell one, give one as a gift, you know. But checklists, I think that's a good one to start. And I'm even thinking about getting one of my old computers and putting my checklists on there, and then doesn't have to be on Wi-Fi. It's just a file, and just bing, 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 or get it on an iPad or something, but you could check real quick, and don't even carry paper. But it's easier to stand there with here. See, hold this tablet. Tell me what numbers I need. Do I have this one? Do I have this one? But
expect crowding. Don't go to this. And again, you've seen videos, you see the placeholder, you see the photos that have been taken. Don't sit there, and because that's usually one of the first things you hear people complain about after the fact. It's like, there's way too many people. Well, what do you expect? I mean, this day and age, that's what's going to happen.
They're saying the same thing about you.
Yeah. And again, as much as we hate it, don't complain about the people with the fucking camera setups. Again, I hate Jeff Wilson. I hate all these dipshits that do that. If you expect that they're not going to be there, you're stupid. Or they'll make way for you, or they'll whatever. They're a bunch of twats. You've seen it in videos for years now. Not a good number of years, but 2, 3, 4 years. You've seen that their character is what they are. They care about getting content. Human Stink Line, home ec clothes, all these douchebags. They don't care. They want to get their piece for their video. So expect fucking way too many people, expect crowding. And that for me, and I know when we were at that one, I think it was Saturday before we left, and we started leaving through that corner booth that had some hockey in there that was cheap. A lot of boxes that were just like littered along the side and then down. It's like as soon as it becomes like too much, let's go. I know that's what I did. I'm like, okay, I found 4 or 5 cards or a couple. I think there's like a Hartnell patch out of some Pacific, a Perunovic rookie out of some Upper Deck product. God, who the hell else was there? Maybe a David Legwand, a 40 out of Pacific, like 2000, 2001. I'm like, okay, I found 4 or 5 cards. I'm good. I know there's more in here, but when people start seeing 2, 3 people at these boxes or these groupings of boxes, like the value boxes, then guess what? They start going, oh, there's got to be something good in there. There's a lot of people looking, and that's usually when I just duck out. I'm not gonna sit there and be crowded out. That's what the hell's his name? The guy in Miami.
Roth Cards.
Yeah, Roth Cards.
He's the one that sold that card to
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, it wasn't like $500,000.
Yep.
Unreal. Let's see. Like I said, I'm curious to see how that money that he made from that is reinvested into the universe or into his portfolio.
Who gives a shit?
Everybody always says everybody's so transparent and they grind it out. I'm curious because I'd be putting that in a Roth IRA, no pun intended, and investing that in Bitcoin or some shit. I wouldn't be putting that back into other assets. I would diversify my portfolio if I was him.
Yeah, but how are you going to explain how you came up with $500,000 to put in a Roth IRA?
You would have to pay the tax. I mean, there is no way that being so publicized that you can't pay taxes on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sure there's some sort of loophole that.
If you're an LLC and you have a profit, P&L, profit and loss statement, you could figure how you spent $500,000 during the year to go to card shows and all this, and everything equals out in the mix. There's always ways.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah. True.
So I technically only have one other one. I was trying to think of 5, but I'm sure I could probably, if I thought long and hard enough, I probably could. Again, this was something more that I did because it was my first time going. Don't set expectations. Just don't.
Yeah.
Go in with an open mind that and just let shit happen. Because from experience, when you set certain expectations of what an experience should be, you run the risk of setting yourself up to be disappointed. And for something that's significant in the hobby as the national, especially if it's your first one, I found that I enjoyed it more without having any expectation whatsoever. And that includes like meeting the people too, because again, this is we're all on video. We all made videos except for Joe. Just because you present yourself in a video doesn't mean that's the way that you present yourself in real life. Let's face it, there's a lot of people who are like that. 4 of us here, this is what you get. Like, there is no difference. We are the same people. So going in with no expectations, you definitely will not walk away being disappointed. And that's a fact. And if you do, then maybe you did it wrong. Just throwing it out there. So, Joe, you're on mute, buddy.
Rookie mistake. Yeah, okay. My next one's a pretty simple one. It just bring supplies, top loaders, penny sleeves, 400 count box, 800 count box, whatever you think you'll need, Sharpies, pens, things like that. Because nothing's worse than buying even if it's just like a dollar card and it's coming out of a box. It's not protected at all, and you're trying to like put it between like 2 pieces of paper or something. You're in a Beckett or something, or some sort of like one of those free magazines you get just to keep it safe until you get back to wherever you're staying, or you can bum a penny sleeve off a friend. It's good to have that stuff on you. So that's my next.
And surprisingly enough, even with some of the videos, like I don't feel like anybody's mentioned that. But that's such like that should be like just
it's a very
automatic
obvious thing.
Yeah, it should be automatic. Like I didn't think about it, so to speak, as okay, what do I need to take or whatever? Like that was an immediate thing. Like I shipped a box to Vinny to where it got there like a few days early. And I made sure I had like 3 packages of top loaders, like 2 things of sleep. Like not that I was going to need that much, but I better to be safe than sorry. The only thing I didn't send were mags.
And I gave you a bunch of mags, didn't I? Or no, graded. You wanted graded.
You gave me, you gave me some card savers.
Yeah.
So
tons of that crap. Oh, wow. Not anymore. Your Christmas presents eat up a lot of that stuff, which is fantastic. Because I had 5 boxes of them.
But again, like you would think it would be common sense. You're going to a card show. You may need to have something, like you said, Joe, to protect some of your cards, because value boxes, not all value boxes have cards in top loaders. Not all value boxes have cards in penny sleeves. It would be wise if they did, but that's not always the case. So interesting that all the national videos, I don't think I've ever heard that. But again, something nice one to bring up. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done.
Yeah,
is all I was getting at.
Yeah, even if like you're going for a break, and I've done it before, a group of guys, everyone picks up a blaster. You're going to take a break, so you open up some packs, and you got nothing to put those cards into.
Yep. Which we did. We did we was that Saturday night? We opened stuff that we had picked up from Target or whatever. I
Friday.
think. Was it Friday?
But that one was Friday because we went on live.
No, Friday was the jump trunks in Malort. It had to have been Saturday. It had to have been Saturday. Because I'm pretty sure.
Or maybe we went on. Did we open it after we went on?
Because like the stuff we bought from Target, we didn't record.
No.
We all were like, "Damn, we should have recorded this," and we just didn't. Because I would have. Because Mark there Friday.
Yeah.
So
he was
yeah,
there the
Friday.
other day. That was the only day he was there.
Yeah, so Friday was Junk Trunk and Malort because he passed out at the resort with us and went to the show for a bit on Saturday, and then like he was done because he had to go back to work. So, all right, Dave, you're number one because I don't have anything else.
Above all else, have fun. It sounds so cliche and just like, ugh, what a fucking terrible, just all-encompassing thing. But again, if this is everybody's, I won't say everybody. Well, again, a good majority of people, this is like their vacation for the year, their big trip, their big expenditure, and you're going to do something hobby related that you enjoy as much as it can become shitty and just like insanely, I don't know, annoying, everything that is around you in this vacuum of the hobby that you're going to be in for the weekend. Have fun. That make your checklist, do your whatever. Don't sit there and think you're going to find that specific card unless, again, you've had a deal in place beforehand with somebody, either a collector or dealer. Don't have the expectation. I'm going to find this or I've got to find this. Just look, communicate, or some instances, maybe allow a little leeway. Let's say, again, we hate the kids that are 12 and 13 that have bankrolls that look like they just robbed strippers in Atlanta after fucking Ludacris and Jermaine Dupri rolled through. But remember, at that age, what we would have given for $500 to have that kind of coin. Again, they've got, and I hate saying it because it goes against a lot of shit I think, but they don't exactly have the best role models out there leading them.
Very true.
Either in the internet space in the hobby or at home because those dipshit dads or moms are thinking this is the way it's got to be. Get that attention, that spotlight. Everybody needs that spotlight. Not a lot of people like us that just want to sort of blend in the background and hobby how we hobby. I mean, if they're sitting there and trying to like elbow in on you, like, hey, it's called patience, there, sonny boy. You can drop some lessons on them, but again, I allow a little latitude, a little leeway. Just again, if I'm 12, 13, 14 going to my first national, I'm probably fucking on cloud nine. Not a kid in a candy store because I don't eat candy, but like a kid in a chip store or a chili store, a chicken sandwich store. That would be more apropos. Um, so just have fun and make sure you have cash.
Yep.
Cash is king.
Yeah, I was gonna add that as one because I just kind of thought about it. But I did think of another one though too, and this may not apply to everybody, but set a budget as it pertains to cards
Yeah.
for this reason. And it doesn't matter if it's $1,000, 5,000, 10. It doesn't matter where you fall into like the money aspect. It is very easy to exceed your budget. For anybody who has not gone, I had a budget. I stayed well within budget, but you see a lot of stuff, and it's very easy to just case in point. When Michael said, after being there for like an hour and a half, he had blown through almost all his cash for what he had taken for his budget. And stay within that budget as best as what you can. Try not to like fucking have to go hit the ATM a few times or freaking, find a branch for your bank that you use, if that's even possible, depending on who you bank through. And if you don't have the money, don't spend it. Just because you go to the show, don't try and keep up with everybody else. If you don't have the money to spend, then don't spend it.
No.
It's just it's not worth the impacts that it can have later on financially, whether it be, like losing your house. Not saying that most people would do that, but again, like I think it's very important, which is why it's like set a budget. Stay within the budget as best as what you can. Plan early for said budget. Start stashing money back sooner so you can have what budget you think you're going to want to spend on cards. And I'm talking specifically on cards. I'm not talking about food, all that other kind of stuff. You should have that as part of your overall trip budget, but I'm saying like your card budget should be X, and do your best to stay within said budget. Joe, anything else to add from your side?
Yeah, my number one is protect your stuff, like your cards, your money. Like what I like to do is I have my pickups in a box. I keep it in the deepest part of my bag, and I'll have my supply box on top of it, and maybe even some other crap on top of that. So it's the toughest thing to get into. So if you have like hard to get pockets in your bag, keep stuff there. Because if it might like the little pockets on the back of your bag, anyone can kind of get into that. So if they want like my banana or what I mean, like my energy bar or anything like that, they can have that. But and same thing with your cash too. Like I don't, maybe don't keep all your money in your wallet. Keep it like on you, but not all together in one spot. Somehow, if you lose your wallet, or if somehow you get pickpocketed or robbed, you're not losing all your stuff in one shot.
One thing that I've always done just over the years, going to concerts and festivals, anything like that, I always put my wallet in my front pocket.
I do that too.
Yep.
That's what
It's
I did.
uncomfortable, but it's like I don't want to get fucking robbed.
Yep.
Well, it's hard. It's harder to pick a front pocket than it is a rear pocket.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and that's a lot of people don't mention that though either. Like it happens probably at every big show. I'm willing to bet some individual probably ends up getting taken advantage of somehow, whether it be cards, cash, whatever. It's going to happen because let's face it, folks, there are some shady, shitty people in this world. And for anybody who pays attention, because freaking cards are still in mainstream media, there are going to be people who are literally going to go to the show just to freaking try and take advantage of people. It's sad, but let's face the facts. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's the reality. There's gonna be a good portion of people there who are not there for the show.
Correct.
They're there for the people who are there for the show.
Correct.
And
Easy
hoping that people are they're not being aware of their surroundings like they should,
Mm-hmm.
and constantly paying attention to your shit. Because a lot of people just they're just showcase to showcase. They're people are almost oblivious because, oh no, that shit's never going to happen to me. That shit's never going to happen to me. Well, all it takes is once.
Now with the amount of people in there, the bumping and elbowing is more commonplace. At the old National, you could go through there, and if you got bumped by somebody, I hope I know you.
Right.
I mean, there's a whole walkway here that 3 of me could easily fit through, so unless it's Yokozuna coming and bumping, it better be somebody that knows me. Now you got people rubbing up against each other all the time, so it's oh, or whatever, and then all of a sudden, where's my wallet? Where's my billfold? Whatever.
Yeah.
This go back to
Go ahead, Dave. Sorry. Nope, go ahead.
To Michael's point of the don't spend your load and blow your load in 2 tables. We've said it before too. It's with the connotation, the asterisk. If it's something number to 5, if it's a 1 of 1, if it's something in that vein where you know the print run is a handful, literally. It's a Don Wassily status or aspirations to 2 or 3 or credentials to 5 or 6. The odds, and again, non-101, the odds of you finding something else of that particular card, another copy of that card in the show, slim to none. So that you always have to take into consideration the pecking order which this card is placed at, and again, the price. If the pecking order's on the top end of it and the price is on the lower tier, and you're I really don't want to spend X amount on whatever it is, but I know that this is going to maybe be the one chance I find it, until a black jade rose or whatever somebody puts it up on eBay for 12 times the price. That's the time when you sort of pull the trigger on that. Again, if the Topps Chrome gold refractor, I'd know. If it's the 50, again, some of that stuff, the older, maybe. But again, it's got to be where you feel comfortable at a price point, and if that's something that's on your, even if you don't have a want list, if you've got some list in your mind of whatever you're collecting, if that's one of those top 3 to 5 cards, if I see this, you almost have to make that list or that video and then put it up. If I see these 5 cards, that's what I'm hoping for. But if I don't, so if you see one of those 5 in that first 20 minutes, hour, that's a justification in my mind. Okay, you went there to get cards, you got this much for cards or whatever. That's one of the cards you really want, then get it. Because again, if you don't, you get to live with the regret of not getting it and then possibly not seeing it down the road anytime soon. So,
absolutely. Now, I was just going to say this is not a tip, Don't be a dick. Have manners. Excuse me, pardon me, I'm sorry, thank you. You're like, just don't be a dick. It and it's more it's more for your own personal sanity, more than anything, because can't tell you how many times I wanted to turn around and like slap somebody in the back of the head for fucking basically like just walking through me. Excuse you, and it's all people. It's not just adults, it's not kids, it's just, but I promise you, like, you will feel better about yourself if you remember your manners.
Yeah, like the Jagoffs that ran into sea and like bowled her over. Now I'm worried that she might say, like hell, you just did that and freaking cock them.
Well,
11
but that's
versus 14 is a different. She
But
has a less softer side of C.
that's also why we kind of revamped how we kind of were when we were all together,
Yeah.
how we were walking,
Yep.
Mhm.
because we made sure like Naomi and C were in between each one of us.
Yeah.
So like they would have to get through Dave or me first in order to knock over Naomi, or like it
Yeah.
didn't matter. And we had better luck doing that once we had the shitty experiences, because like I know at some point, like, and I don't know if it was me. I think I pulled C out of the way at one point in time because somebody was like fucking on their phone or some shit. I know I kind of bumped Vinny out of the way at one point in time. I think Dave kind of bumped me out of the way one time because, like, and it had nothing to do with the crowding act. It's just these fucking people are oblivious to their surroundings.
Yeah.
And like they force you to move. In situations, I would love to be that dick and just not move and let them fucking run into me. The only thing is when they're about to run into me, I just want to fucking shoulder tackle.
Yep.
And then have them look up like, what the fuck? Like, dude, get off your fucking phone and pay attention, man.
Yeah.
Watch where you're
But-
fucking walking, you dipshit.
And the funny part is, like, it's always some pencil neck jackwad that couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. But like, we were standing there, and there's these two dudes that they were big dudes, and they had to be of the bodybuilding flavor. And my daughter puts her phone down, and that's the guy that looks at me and he goes, "Hey, buddy." Yes. Is this your daughter's phone? He's like, I'm like, well, yes, it is. And I look at my kid like, there's your phone. And he's like, my freaking wife and my two daughters lost 3 phones in the last 2 years. I know what it is to pay for them. Like, those are the people that everybody's like, well, don't go near them. Well, those are the nicest freaking people, because if you do piss them off, they will kill you, allegedly.
Right.
It's usually those people, the people that know violence, are the peaceful people, because if they have to become an asshole and wreck somebody's day, they're going to do it very well. They're going to do it to the best of their ability. But
the only reason why nobody picked themselves up off the ground is because we didn't want to dip into the freaking the bond fund.
yeah, we didn't need to call the better half and say, hey, need to float us $3,000 to get out of the Huskow. It's like,
and that's no bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
we had contingencies.
yes. Yeah, that's not a joke, guys.
No.
Because we knew that there were the possibility of altercations that could have transpired from a multitude of 3 of the people on this panel. So yeah, we made sure we had arrangements just in case.
Yeah.
And no, not just him.
No.
Not just him. This guy and that guy down there too. So
as my father always says, you only have 2 speeds. Nice Vincenzo and not so nice, Vincenzo. I'm a very peaceful person. Like my wife always will come in and punch me in the arm, and she's like, "Why don't you punch me back?" I said, "Because if I punch you back, I will knock you out. I don't hit people. I don't do that crap." And it's like because I was always taught that if you're throwing down,
Be ready.
throw down. But I digress.
I will be honest. Like all three of us avoided situations that were in the best interest of not ruining our time in Chicago.
Correct.
It was difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't hard.
Because people were jack-offs.
But all three of us did very well with avoiding conflict.
I don't like bullies. I'll be the first one to tell you. I don't like bullies, and we got a lot of bullies in our hobby.
Yes, we do.
And I don't care for it. The other thing, speaking of bullies, I was watching somebody's video earlier today, provided by that gentleman above me. And
douche.
They said that the prices were over comps. Most of what then don't buy the stuff unless it's something rare. Like there's all those vintage cards from my recollection, and you go into all these shows. There's shit tons of that shit everywhere. But a Mary Lemieux number to 25 that I need, and I see it there, I might spend the national tax to get it. And that's just that. But I'm not going to buy something just to buy it unless I need it in a setting like that. Even Joe, when he's at Expo, send him a list every time he goes, and he's freaking on point every time. Guy sits there and memorizes that list of my top 20-some cards, and he looks out for me. And that's what we were going back to what we said earlier. And the thing is, he hasn't seen any. I don't think you've seen a one on my, because I got some tough shit on there to find.
Yeah, they're all super tough.
Yeah, like
I even ask for pictures sometimes.
Yeah, the 15-16 OPG Platinum, red and autograph Lemieux. I didn't realize how hard that autograph was, so I was talking to Calvin one night when he told me the Tim, the guy that I used to buy tons of cards for Dave and everybody for Christmas, passed away. And we were happened to be talking. He's like, he has the ones for Brodeur. And he goes, dude, those are rarer than you thought. And then that just makes me want to kick myself because that Lemieux auto was up for like $350. Well, now knowing the rarity, I should have hit and bought that sucker. But that's one rainbow I've been working on. And then I was in the airport one time and I was trying to get another card. And that silhouette that hit this year, that's another one I wanted. But I have a list exactly the top. And they're not just playing days because there's what is it? Run for the Cup, Joe, from 96, 97. That one I'd love to have. It's numbered to 100. But there's other cards that I appeal to Vincenzo here. To me, I want more than that because the card just speaks to me. Where like the Run for the Cup, I like the Run for the Cup. I think I have. What's the grand finale too? I think I have both of them that they did not in his playing days. I like those better than what the playing day one looks like. So I'm not going to buy something not in the proper setup in my thing. Like I want that card to speak to me. And I'll have 52 copies of something if I like it. That's just my thing. Usually not numbered, but I got a lot of stuff, especially if you can find it where you got those action-packed one time. I asked Joe, I said, you got one of those? And he's like, yeah, it's graded. And I found 3 of them on ComC one night. Usually they cost $25, $30, $40 sometimes. There was 3 of them on ComC for $5 a piece. I bought all 3 of them. Oh, it is Wednesday.
So top 5. Who you think of when you hear the name Ryne Sandberg? And again, I'll go first. For number 5, I think Ozzie Smith and like Cal Ripken. I just think of that era of infielders, and those 3 were, again, Mike Schmidt was nearing the end of his career there. But those 3 were in the prime. And if you thought of infielders that were non-first basemen, that was usually who you thought of.
Those 3.
Very slick glove. Ozzie didn't hit for power. Ripken, it wasn't huge power. And then Sandberg started to turn it on. He found his groove. So, and then gold gloves. It was gold gloves with those guys. It was just, what was it, 480 chances in a row, and he broke. Oh, who was it? Someone's, again, errorless, like, opportunity streak or whatever. Sandberg did. So, slick fielding, just incredible hitting, clutch plays. So I always lump those 3 together in my head, just because, again, that era, that was the pinnacle. Vincenzo.
I'm going to bed.
Good night, Michael.
Yes,
Later, Michael.
Great hang, guys.
Yeah.
We'll catch
Give
you,
your Give your top 5 first.
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
He didn't do the late homework.
No. I did. I talked to Dave about it earlier today, but I'm done. I'll share it next week.
Sounds like a plan.
Later,
Okay.
Michael. Later, Michael.
I'll do mine in no particular order. I'll just blast them out here.
And then are we wrapping up after this? 'Cause,
Yeah.
Okay.
Andre Dawson, Mark Grace, Harry Carey, and I couldn't think of 2 other people. But the funny thing, when I was looking up something, Robbie, to answer your question, Robbie Grossman has the most opportunities without errors now. And
I
apparently
figured
Nick Markakis is up there too. So they must have broke his record. But the other thing I was looking at today, did you know that the Philadelphia Phillies traded Ryne Sandberg along with Larry Boa to the Chicago Cubs for Ivan DeJesus on January 27th, 1982? Ryne Sandberg was like a throw-in in the Reds' history. So that's a fact I did not know.
because what they say is 1 for 6 for the Phillies. That was his only non-Cubs hit. Played third that first year, and then I think played second from that point on.
I didn't even know Ryne Sandberg played for the Phillies. Like, when I think of him, Mr. Ernie Banks, well, that's another one. Ernie Banks and Ryne Sandberg. When you think of the Cubs, those are 2 guys I think of. And Harry Carey, of course. And those other 2 guys I named. Those are like my core Cubs people in my growing up era. But
Joe.
All right. I got Harry Carey as well. And I had Greg Maddux because I had like 1 for hitting, 1 for pitching.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one, for some reason, is Cal Ripken because I just thought second base and shortstop, like the 2 like biggest guys of that era.
Yeah. Right? That's good. So mine are going to be in no particular order. I'm going to throw out Harry Carey because that's just what everybody's going to say when you think of Ryne Sandberg. Mark Grace, Sean Dunston. So that's first, second, and short. For the life of me, I was trying to think of who played third base during Rhino's time in Chicago. And for the life of me, I drew a blank.
Steve Buechele for a while.
Well, and I knew that, but like I think of Steve Buechele as a Ranger. That's the reason why I didn't go with him.
And I think of him as a Pirate.
So like Jim Sundberg, only just for the simple fact that like that's also a name that's synonymous with Chicago and Texas. So like it's the Chicago Texas connection. And then I will actually put this as number one as far as my top five as it pertains to who I think of with Ryne Sandberg, my grandmother. So there you go.
So my number 4, I've done some Vinnying here. Number 4, Lee Rannells, former neighbor up the block when I lived with my mom. The Ben Grieve guy, moved out to Seattle by his daughter. From Chicago, massive Cubs fan. We watched a bunch of Cubs games. Yeah, I don't. How long per se though? I don't remember him for like the WGN era that I started like picking up on in the '88. That's when I.
See, I think he was before that.
Yeah, that seems like an early '80s situation, but I could be wrong. But we watched, and I think I don't know if we watched the end of the Wood game against the Astros in that game. That was in high school, and that was an afternoon game. It was a 120 game, but still, I don't think they won by 4-0. So then I go Dunston, Grace, Andre Dawson, because again Maddox was in there too. But I mean, he was a great pitcher, but you thought of those guys before.
83 to 86 was Ron Say.
Okay.
For the Cubs, and prior to that, of course, was the Dodgers, which was the bulk of his career.
Number 2, Harry Carey, Steve Stone. I mean that was the broadcast team. There's no more Jack Brickhouse, so I don't know. He was way earlier, but those two that they could paint a picture. Again, Harry's was usually pretty sloppy, especially by about the 7th inning. It was a few pops into the game, so
adult beverages.
Yeah, but that's what made it fun to listen to. You go to some specific fan and wow, she looks like she's having a good time.
So am I.
Yep, she does, Harry. Even then, you're like, I think he's implying something else.
Yes.
And number one, sort of in your vein, Steve, I had neighbors on my block at the second house we lived in. So I'd open the door. There'd be the screen door so I could blare the game on in the afternoon if my parents weren't home. They lived 2 houses down there from Chicago, Connie and Lloyd. She'd make cookies and I'd go over there, talk about the Cubs. We watch the Cubs sometimes and actually talk about the game as like I say 9-year-old. Like, what about Jerome Walton? How about Dwight Smith? How about like Hector Villanueva? What these Rick Wilkins? I can't wait to see him catch. He's a power hitting catcher, and it's like, none of these guys ever did anything. Just to have somebody to actually talk baseball with that cared about the Cubs. because I didn't care about the Twins. And again, it wasn't like now where you fucking watch everything. So for them to always give like the time of day, I'd be sitting out in the front just like throwing the ball off the house or throwing myself pop-ups, and listening to the game. And if something happened, like there's a drive, deep left, man, then I'd go running in to see what the hell's happening. But otherwise, you're just listening to the broadcast. Again, that's a lot of stuff now that just is lost. It's too commercialized. You're trying to sell something else during the game, some sort of streaming, some sort of merch. You're just fucking watching the game, listening to a drunk old guy with wacky glasses and Steve Stone trying to wrestle the steering wheel away. So it's like, just let's try to go as straight as we can to the ninth inning and not do anything stupid. So, yeah. R.I.P. Hogan. Again, the character. Terry Bollea, that's another can of worms. But Hulk Hogan, the character. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Ozzy, who again, he probably had the lives of like 4 cats. He dodged bullets like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. So I think for him to live into his 70s will be a massive get for him. And then Ryne Sandberg. So with that, thank you for Michael for jumping on. Thank you for Joe. Again, getting on here and making a return after many moons. Still willing to show his face and take his status down a couple pegs because come on here.
Just
You're the
shows
doorman under the door. So. Now watch your information pop up in the national videos. That's going to be the key. And so for Joe, Vincenzo, Steve, and Michael, I'm Dave. This has been the RFP. Remember, collecting cards, it's a wonderful hobby. The friendships that you forge along the way, that's what really matters. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.